Can you guys hear us now?
How about now? Still nothing.
Hello, hello, mic check.
Well, we got 22 people here. We could talk. We could say whatever we want.
Can you guys hear us now?
Oh, I can hear him now. Hello, 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 hello. It should be working now.
Hello?
How many fingers am I holding up? Only Charlie?
Oh, funny. Can you hear me?
Still nothing.
Hello, hello, mic check.
Zach, can you hear Emmett? That's the important thing.
Okay, they can
Me and
hear us.
Charlie. Charlie and I. Can you guys hear Emmett and Kyle?
Sweet.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Should be working now.
Beautiful.
How many fingers am I holding up? Only Charlie? Am I the loudest?
Someone's got an echo. Just
Yeah.
The YouTube video if you have it pulled up.
Do we have sound from everybody? What's up, Brandon? What's going on, guys? What's up, Ron Barnes? What's up, Master? What's up, Morphinthus? Big shout out to all the barrages in the green right here. The members of the channel. I know we don't do this weekly anymore, but got some content out today, and we're hanging out with the guys that were in the video, and we're in town. Yeah, someone's got an echo on.
It ain't me.
Yeah, so kill it on your computer, because it's probably coming through your computer speaker and your phone speaker.
No, I don't have computer speakers.
Then
Yeah,
it's
I've got mine turned off.
KB, top right.
Yo, what up?
There he is.
You hear me?
There he is. Not only can we hear you, but you've got the best mic. Yeah, so your computer. Is there an echo still? Computer speaker and your phone speaker. What's going on, Matthew from Iowa? Okay, we're good, man. Everyone sound good? Rubber Johnny Lager.
All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're ready to roll.
What are you guys drinking over there?
I am
Mountain
going to be
Dew.
starting with a Bell's Two Hearted.
There it is. I turned you on to that. What do you got? Burial up there, top right?
Fontaflora rice lager. I figured that was appropriate.
I've just heard very good things from Fontaflora. Is that Black Mountain east of Asheville?
They're Nebo, not too far.
Yeah, I think we lost Kyle again.
That's all right. But yeah, it's a good beer. I figured since we brewed a rice beer and you neglected to send us any, that I would bring my own.
Yeah, I was behind on that, and that was 2 months ago. That was a long time ago.
Speaking of that, so CH, I watched your video tonight. For everybody in the chat, CH just put out the video tonight where we made the lightest lager in the world. And I think the original plan was that we would be able to drink some tonight if it was ready. And so
Next
I was
week?
watching the video and realized that I didn't have the beer ready. And I was freaking out because I thought everybody had it except for me. But
No. I was kind of freaking out, and it wasn't carved, and I was pissed off, and I kind of sped up the last part of that video pretty fast. I had a lot more B-roll in there that I shot, and I wanted to kind of talk a little bit more about the keg. The keg worked out very well, but I did put a link to the full video that you guys made. I don't know if that's the current model or if that's beta 1, but there's a link to it so people can at least catch a glimpse. Kyle?
Yo, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
here you go.
Nice.
You paying your internet bill? What's up, Raj? The
I
CEO.
don't know, man. I don't know what's going on,
Cheers, man. Good to hear you.
but happy to be here.
Yes, you are. What you drinking up there, top right?
Burial. You know, I got this like mosaic, burial mosaic, lots of different kinds of mosaic, which it's kind of funny because I don't think I like mosaic, but I'm gonna figure it out tonight.
Everybody loves burial.
They do.
So does it have like oils in it and like the cryo and all that stuff?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Is it called Your Deathbed
Pretty good.
Will Be the Eternal Sunshine of the Underground Summer?
Almost. They're very close. Enlightened, aren't we all? Pale ale, India Pale Ale.
Yeah, they have a little bit too
mean-
much fun naming their stuff. What's up, Todd
Yo.
Porter? What's up, man? RPG Vendetta. What are you guys drinking tonight? And where are you? It's been a little bit. It feels good to have the guys in town. We had a blast in Knoxville. Kyle let me know that I have twice as much property as I do. I meant
you're a
when I said
landowner.
that in the video, I would have never known forever. I don't know how that went through the cracks of the seller, both agents and myself. But shout out to Kyle for not being lazy and going to the bar with me, Emmett, and Charlie, man. Cheers.
Yeah, buddy.
Now I just got to pay somebody to get all that poison ivy out of there and start doing something crazy.
Dude, Poison Ivy IPA.
That sounds like a Rubber Johnny job. He's living rent free right now.
Yeah, dry hop it with some poison oak. What's up, Chris Vodka? What's up, man? Jorge, good to see you, Braj. Drinking the best coffee in the world. RPG Vendetta. Fresh hop deadline day. But yeah, the video was just kind of not stressing me out, but I was thinking, Charlie, how is it extracting sugar as opposed to starting with sugar? A lot more work involved with beer, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm jealous.
Thank goodness Kyle and Emmett were there with the recipe because I had no idea.
I had no idea.
But I was worried, like you said in your video, with how gummy the rice got and everything. And luckily, was it when we added the malt, it started to kind of liquefy and look normal again.
Yeah, that was Kyle's call.
Yeah, good call.
Kyle, how many times you brewed with rice?
A few, man, but I've also brewed with corn quite a bit.
Same
So
vibe.
it's similar, you know, because it's not generally malted. So you need to have like a minimum amount of malted grain in there, which we did the math on it. Proud of us. Well, we did the math, you know, after we fucked it up, and then we did the math.
Yeah, and I also wasn't ready at all. You know, I had just moved in, and I think you guys thought I don't even have like a homebrew store out here. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, they're out there to sell moonshine stuff, so they've got nothing good.
Really?
Yeah, the homebrew stores out here are I don't think they'll make it another year. There's got to be one or two within like a 30-mile radius, and they're not doing hot at all.
Really?
Yeah. What about your guys' homebrew store in Asheville?
They seem to be doing well.
They're doing good?
Yeah, every time I'm in there, there's a handful of folks in there.
Are they giving beer away?
They just sold it. The previous owner just sold it a couple months ago, and the new owner does have a couple of his beers on draft, which is nice. So you can, you know, have a little sample while you're checking out the grains. And, but yeah, obviously I don't know numbers or anything, but there's always every single time I'm in there, there's at least a couple people in there.
Is it just homebrew stuff? Because I know sometimes they double up and they do the indoor lighting for the green thumbers.
Now it's strictly hops, grains, and, you know, some extract kits and stuff like that. But the majority of it seems to be grains and hops and yeast. Would you agree with that, Kyle?
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
That's a tough job.
I mean,
Shout out to them.
they're selling some corn and whatnot as well.
Yeah, there's selling a lot of corn, a lot of heirloom corn. They got some nice corn there.
Yeah, for the other hobbyists.
The other folks.
Was I right about that in the video? Is rice cheaper than corn? Because I feel like the rice that we bought was not the cheap stuff.
No, dude, I think corn is cheaper than rice.
Corn's cheaper than rice?
I would say. Remembering what we paid for it, I mean, I just bought like a massive bag of corn from Buc-ee's on my way back from somewhere because I was thinking about doing something with that for a video. And I mean, we're talking like 50 pounds. It was like $8. I feel like we paid like $10 a bag for that rice or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, I feel like there's a ton of like subsidies for corn growing, but I'm not a farmer.
Only honey were that cheap.
You picked the most expensive crop.
And you get to start with it. You just get to start with it from scratch.
That's true. You take all the out though, which is
Pay
nice.
for the convenience, I guess. The
Yeah.
bees do all the work for you.
I'd rather pay for it. Yeah. I'd rather, what do you pay? $3 a pound? No, it's way more than that.
For honey?
Yeah. $10 a pound?
Oh, yeah.
Like the honey they would sell at Target.
Depends. Like
They've
anywhere
got
from
like 3 tiers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like $5 to $20. I mean,
Yeah.
good honey's going to be over $10 a pound for the most part.
Rob Barnes, I heard AHA, American Homebrewers Association membership is down 1/3 or something like that. I believe it. I definitely believe it. I was thinking about making like a 12-minute video. I was thinking like, I don't know, man, like as time goes on, it's going to get tougher and tougher for people to click on this stuff. People want the shorts. People want the short format. And
Not us old folks.
I know, but it's also
Yeah, I hear you.
like we're there, but people aren't coming in, you know.
And here I'm trying to get my feet wet with the long form stuff. And so I've got, I haven't really done high quality, large scale production
Different
long form
world.
videos before, and I'm just trying to get on your guys' level with that.
How was your engagement doing? Are people sticking around like halfway through?
Yeah, the engagement's actually pretty good. Usually just low on long form.
I was reading your comments and everyone was like, "Hey man, more long form stuff, more long form stuff."
Yeah,
But
I know. I gotta give the people what they want.
give the people what they want, man. Give a big shout out here to RPG Vendetta. Welcome to Barrage Army, man. Much love. Cheers. What's up, Brew Show? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Trent?
Kyle Nemeth, you guys ever think about a 15-gallon system? Like an in-between?
We think about a lot of things.
Probably not.
I don't know, man. We try to keep it simple because if we get like a 15, then we get it's kind of a big deal to like stock a whole nother line of stuff. So probably not.
We've definitely thought about it.
Yeah, 10. I mean, if you want, you can just do like get the 20. Well, are you talking like a 30-gallon kettle to make 15-gallon batches? CH?
Or 15. Christopher was asking that.
You got it in the comment section.
Mr. Vodka. What do you mean, Christopher? Assuming he means like a 15-gallon like finished batch, like 30-gallon kettle.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because you could just do that with the 20-gallon system if that's what he meant. But no, or not. Maybe
at some point, you never know, but not in the immediate future.
For vodka, maybe we could do a custom one-off for vodka.
That'd be nice. What's up, Jags? What's going on, man? My local homebrew store was always busy until it got bought by some private equity firm and immediately closed.
Lucas, where was that?
Just homebrewing?
Because they want to just demolish the building. It's worth more. Just, I don't know, to build some condos on.
I see what you're saying there, Christopher. So you just want a little bit bigger kettles, so you can just do higher gravity beers. Yeah, the problem then too, once you get into that, is the element kind of struggles. But again, we kind of try to have to keep it simple. But I get where your head's at for sure. Just brew 3.5-gallon batches on those high gravity beers, honestly.
Why the bigger size on the high gravity beers? Do they just foam up more, I'm assuming?
Just for the space in the kettle, so you have enough room for all the grains and all the liquid.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So just like literally okay.
Yeah. So another option could be just make a little bit smaller batch, maybe brew a 4-gallon batch. Probably not the answer you want to hear.
Don Pennington, I want to see more long version content from all of y'all. I agree. I want to see it from these guys as well. I want to see some travel vlogs. I want to see these guys back in New Zealand, back in France, maybe in Croatia with me in 2 weeks. What's going on with Croatia?
Are you going to Croatia?
I'm going to go party in Croatia for a couple of weeks. And I shouldn't because I don't know if you guys were able to tell. I think Kyle was, but my house is pretty janky, even from the what do you call it? The GFCI, the first one on the left when you walk in, that didn't work. You remember plugging that in, Kyle? You remember that part? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I figured out that you just got to leave it plugged in for like 5 minutes and then it starts working, which is not good. Yeah, that is very not good. So
electricity has to load.
Yeah, so I've got my hands full with DIY City. I'm very glad these guys came out and I was able to get some content out, and I'm drinking the beer that we brewed and it's not bad. But I got to start chipping away at some of the guts of this house because I think there's some pretty dangerous shit that's going on. So I started a YouTube channel called DIY City, and hopefully that will motivate me to do some stuff and not pay. There's not really like $15 an hour labor guys anymore. Anytime you want to get quoted for something, it's like thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't even know how these guys come up with their quotes. I think they just throw it out there and fucking, take a shot in the dark. But yeah, I've got to get like some real like Romex in my house. I think before next brew day.
Who would have thought you could rack up so many views so fast by just triggering electricians?
Dude,
I
so
know.
good.
Yeah, my first video on DIY City just pissed the entire world off. And I don't even get it. They were like, I said in the video, like, yeah, they quoted me $12,000. That's pretty high. 12 grand to rewire my house. I know of somebody that could do it for 5, but I think I can do it not by myself. I could do it with a buddy. But it is a bitch when it's all, drywalled up. I've done it a couple times, but it was just studs. But they were like, 12 grand's a steal. Do it. I'm like, are you guys all fucking entrepreneurs or salesmen? I mean,
That sounds like a lot for your house. It can't be that difficult, dude.
it can't be that difficult. And I do have a crawl space.
Hey, you got an open crawl space?
I've got an open crawl space.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you can just run it right up, not at one story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So,
throw a Tyvek suit on
yeah.
in like December so you don't get bit by a black widow or a brown recluse.
Yeah, I'm not afraid about the
do it right
spiders. I just want it to cool down. It's just so hot here. I've got the horse flies out here. I think I'm like 10 degrees hotter than you guys in Asheville, and I'm only like an hour away.
Do you have black widows and like poisonous spiders out in California?
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid of those though. I mean, like, if they're in your house, yeah, I'm afraid of them. But like, if I'm gonna lift up some wood, I'm kind of prepared. Or if I'm gonna lift up like the sewer main line, you're probably gonna see one, but you kill it.
I'm just thinking like, if you're crawling through the crawl
Like
space
under
and
a
you
deck?
come across like an arachnophobia situation.
No. I'm not afraid of that. They're under there for sure. They're under there. The Brew Show super chat. Some funds to support more vids from all of you. Much love, Trent. Thanks, Barrage. 420.
CH specifically said what he was afraid of in the video.
Tomatoes. I'm more afraid of people putting tomatoes in my burgers. All that salsa verde, bullshit. Yeah, and I did get a comment. Somebody was like, "Oh, dude, that's that super old school YouTube stuff, Rubber Johnny." So I'm glad that somebody else is on my random page.
I made Rubber Johnny the name of my fantasy football team this year.
Fuck yes, it's about time.
And I didn't say anything to any of my friends, and so like, I wanted them to go look it up and figure it out for themselves, and some of them did and thanked me for it.
Yeah, man, it's like probably 2008, 2010 vibes. Kyle, what's going on, man? You good? What happened up there?
Where? What happened?
Everything good? Just checking in.
I like up there, like we're talking like Hollywood Squares up there. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Everything's good. What do you guys got on the
great up here
on the queue for the next Clawhammer video?
Well,
long format.
My job's on the line with this next one, so
do tell.
Like brew something people will watch, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the complete opposite of that.
Pop
so
off. Sorry, what's up?
So we'll see what happens.
When's the next pop off pineapple pie cocktail?
I don't know, man. Not sure, but this next video I think is gonna drop on Monday, and that's the goal. And we just let Libby pick a beer, and Libby and Emmett brewed the beer. And I'm happy that I didn't need to be involved in making the video, like from like a work standpoint. But I'm questioning the choice of the beer.
Is it a Rausch beer? Is it a smoked beer?
No, that would probably be better.
Really? Oh man.
Whatever.
Is this your first video that the hands are off? Or you?
No, we've done this before. We did it a long time ago. Lawson and Emmett and Ross made a strawberry lemon saison. I have no idea how they came up with that. And I was like, guys, what the fuck? Nobody wants to see that. And then it did really, really well. I guess everybody wanted to see that, and I just don't know what I'm talking about.
I think that's the one where he ate the lemon with the peel still on.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
What's up, party time? What's up, man? What's the lowest ABV folks?
CH.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you planning on still making that mead at some point, like a strawberry lime mead or something else?
Yeah, but I'm going to do a lot more short format. Like I've kind of buried my channel with this long stuff, and it's, I'm going to make a video kind of on this at the end of the year, but it's like, and I talked to the Brew show about this in San Diego, like it's getting tougher and tougher to make the grain to glass videos. And just over, like, I'm pretty sure I could have called a channel Homebrew for Life after like 30 videos, but I did almost like 300 of them. And, I just think of like breweries that are going out of business and people that they know what they know now, as opposed to when they started, and they're trying to do all these things now. And I'm kind of in the same boat, cause like the homebrew community, it's rad to put, for this, to get better at brewing and to meet people, but like to actually put bread on the table, if I'm going to dedicate 30 hours of my life as a 39-year-old, like I've got to go after some views at a certain point. And over these like 7 years of 300 videos, I should have focused on more like getting girls in, or shorts, or kombucha, or food, or cocktails, because there's only 2 videos on my channel that are doing good, or that get subscribers, and it's a cocktail video and it's a cider video. So, and you get advice from people, but only like 2% of the advice is good. 90%. It's like customers coming into a brewery being like, why do you only have one brown ale? Why do you only have like one amber? It's like, you got to listen to like the right 2% of people. And that's like, kind of the shit that I'm kind of beginning to learn now, but it's just tough to find people that want to brew, especially Gen Z, to spend $500 or $1,000 or fucking whatever, $10,000 on a system, wait around for a couple weeks for something to ferment, and then, stick with it. What I'm trying to say is, like, it doesn't matter if you have the best video and the best thumbnail and this and that. Like, if you're brewing beer videos, you're only going to get like, that far. Like, you're only going to get like that big. So I've got to figure something out. I'm going to do a lot of DIY city shit, a lot of shorts, kind of rip off your thing, but kind of go back and forth with a little bit. Don't put all my chips into like the long, don't put all my chips into the short, and just kind of see what happens. And hopefully like maybe I can get something going with DIY city, and that could take like the pressure off, not Homebrew for Life, but like I can't just brew a grain of glass video once every 60 days. There's just,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's just a lot. But it's different, it's different for Peter. It's different from Kyle. It's different from this and that, cause I'm trying to just whatever, ad revenue or a little merch and this and that. I don't have like a brewery. If I had a brewery, I would just make beer videos all day, but I don't own a brewery like Genus Peter. But I even talked to Peter a little bit ago, and he's like, I just can't do the videos anymore. Like every time I do the videos, it just takes time away from my family. And the older you get, time is money, or, worth more than money. And that's why he just hasn't been around. I think he's got 3 kids. So I get it. And the only reason I can make these videos is because I fucking am a, Beetlejuice bachelor for life. Was that too deep? Did that go on too long?
What was the question?
What was the question? business ethics for 800.
You reeled me back in with Beetlejuice Bachelor for Life.
Yeah. No, I just got to mix it up a little bit. There definitely won't be a grain to glass video in long format on my channel for a long time. I've got to fucking fix this house up before I want to spend 30 hours of days off time to act like an idiot on the internet.
Yeah. I think everybody's kind of slowed down doing brewing videos.
Who used to be around, because we always think about it when we're on the spot and we can't come up with it. But like, there's been a lot of people that have come and gone. Like, remember the Nikita guy that did the Dungeons and Dragons out there in Europe? Yeah,
is he still making videos?
There's no way.
I'm just saying, like, Trent's even... I don't know what Trent's like. I feel like Trent's even slowed down a little bit. He's in here, probably he can say. Steve definitely slowed down just recently.
You had a kid.
The only one who's like really
scheduled though, considering he just had a kid.
Yeah, totally. The only one who's like really still going full steam is, well, you got Charlie's probably the most. Charlie's crushing, doing the video every day. Martin on the Brewlosophy show is doing a video a week still.
But
that's a lot of work.
While brewing, they're like a lot of like article recaps and stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Not so much like grain to glass.
Yeah, I'm with Emmett. You're like scraping to find something to make a video out of that you haven't done yet.
I don't think they're scraping. They're just using content that they already, which makes sense.
Or that.
Because
I get it with long
written.
form. Like a short will take, an hour to make max. Long forms take weeks.
Yeah.
Especially with how you guys edit them too. I mean, they just take forever. It's so time consuming.
Yeah, it is. And you create that monster too, because that's all people want to see. People, and I delete the comments even though I shouldn't, but people are like, "You don't brew anymore," and brew a brown ale. And I'm just thinking, like, dude, whatever you plan, whatever you want to see, I've already done that video. Like, whatever because you're new to brewing, and maybe like this video was 4 years old, but like, anything you want to see from my channel has already been done. Like there's 5 hazy videos, there's 5, liquid versus dry or whatever. So I don't know. DIY City, adapt or die, or fucking die or die.
DIY City shorts are pretty funny.
It's the same format. Yeah. It's the same dick off style. You got a leak or whatever. I'll use a clip from like, I don't know, Home Alone, who's got some good Goonies, some leaky pipe scenes from Hollywood movie. It's the same thing, Probably will use Home Alone at the last scene when he's running through the basement and the guys grab him and pick him up. The wet bandits.
Yeah. You've got 5 videos up there and 12,000. One of them was a dud somehow, 590, but then 10, 27, and 10.
Who are we talking about?
Got some, your DIY City, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you made this point a long time ago, but you want people to, if you want to make videos that people want to watch, you don't want to be making videos about brewing beer. If you want a lot of people to watch them, very few people brew beer relative to the people who live in a house, which is a lot.
Yeah. And Charlie said something to me the first night I picked him up. We went to Brother Wolf and, we're just meeting each other for the first time. He was like, yeah, Kyle said to me, because you guys would party out in Nashville the month before, right?
Yeah.
And probably the best compliment I've ever gotten, and he was like, Kyle said, you got to watch this guy Homebrew for Life's videos. Like if he did anything other outside of brewing, he probably wouldn't be driving such a shitty truck or something like that. Like if he did anything outside of beer, like he would have at least more than this, and at the end of the
right.
Yeah. And at the end of the day,
if you did anything other than beer, you'd have a huge channel.
Yeah. So, and I just wish I was smarter about like, okay, let's do some short rib shit. Like let's brew, but let's not like, let's do a couple videos in between, like when this is going to ferment in a couple weeks and this and that. And I've tried like everything, like how to save money or how to DIY this or, temperature control and this and that. And I do see channels that, same with mine, like after a year, you're like, okay, I haven't done that video in a while. Let's do it again. Like top 5 things or to save money. Like, dude, I'm not doing that anymore, man. I'm just can't do it anymore, man. It's just a lot of work. And, I like Charlie, you were brilliant because you weren't supposed to happen, like I look at the comments on your videos and they're from girls and they're engaging. It's like, we'll never get that brewing. And it's short format, it's smaller batches. And I think you've got kind of a crossover with like a kombucha crowd. And it just like, I never thought this mead thing would work. I never thought about it. And like, you've just like opened up my eyes of like, fuck man, should I do like a Butterfinger beer? Like
I think that, and like, if you dive into a lot of the technical fermentation, the science stuff, and you're really detailed about it, it's gonna be off-putting to the average person who doesn't care about beer making and doesn't know anything about it. But I feel like where I kind of feel like I struck gold is I try to dumb things down as much as possible and make them like super accessible, so somebody that has no idea what fermentation is can at least follow along and understand how this honey is turning into alcohol. And I think that's helped out too. I
agree with that. Yeah, and we talked about that on stream before. Like, I think the average person doesn't know like where alcohol comes from. I think most people think that like beer, the alcohol comes from like hops. So it's just, hey, I can learn something in 1 minute just staring at the toilet. Or like that one dude, the bartender, that was another eye opener. We went to the bar and this guy was like, yeah, I know who Charlie is. I watched your video. He didn't know Charlie's face, but he was like, yeah, I just scroll on TikTok and this and that. He's like, I could just take a piss and watch like 3 of your videos without even knowing I'm watching your video. You can't do that. You're not going to, watch a 12-minute, click on it, search, and then click on a 12-minute video taking a piss or eating your lunch as a industry server. It's just weird. Like, I didn't even know anything about TikTok. And everything on Instagram now just stole from TikTok. Remember when you followed people and that's what would show up? Now it's like, I don't even follow any of this shit. And it's just TikTok
like
now.
algorithm based.
I don't follow any of this stuff. And it's just, oh, that's funny. And then you send it to 10 of your friends. It's like, dude, I just sent that to 10 people for this guy without even like, it's just a whole different game.
Have you guys tried brewing with like a yeast starter before? I'm not sure if that's a thing in beer making.
Yeah. I think I've seen Emmett's video too. You starred in that one, right, Emmett?
Sorry, I was reading the chat. What was the question?
I was just asking if
I'm
you
gonna
guys
grab
have
a
played
beer.
around with using like yeast starters for beer instead of just adding the yeast indirectly.
Yeah, we're real
definitely.
lazy brewers there, Charlie. But yeah, we've definitely made
Done.
starters before. It involves a level of preparedness that we often don't have.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, basically, they do sell a thing called Proper now, which is wort in a can that's sanitary and sterile,
Really?
and you literally just add it to your stir plate and toss your yeast in there, so you don't have to make you don't have to make the actual starter liquid.
Gotcha.
So it makes it really easy, and it's not hard to make a starter. It's just
Yeah.
2 days ahead of yourself to do it. But it is good practice to do, especially on like high gravity beers.
Yeah. So that's a perfect caveat into what I was going to say, because I don't want to spill the beans too much, but whoever's watching right now can hear what I'm going to be doing next. But there's one particular mead, or I don't know if I want to call it a mead, but project I'm working on that I was having troubles with, and I ended up creating a yeast starter, and just, I mean, for the whole purpose of building the most robust large colony of yeast I could, and that is working great so far, and that's going to be the long
Sweet.
form video I'm working on. So I'm
Heck yeah.
excited to share those results with everybody. But I can't believe how fast this ferment is going using a starter compared to just adding yeast, and I might never go back.
Yeah, and the other thing is if you make like an extra big starter, you can save some behind and then save that for next batch, so you're not buying yeast all the time. So you can save a lot of money because yeast is one of the more expensive things for sure. So yeah, the can wort is kind of a game changer. Man, GABF, man, I haven't been there in years. I don't think we're making it out there this year. When is GABF? Anybody know?
June, July.
BD, when is GABF?
What's up, Patrick? What's up, everyone?
I forgot they like joined that with the Homebrew Con this year. I think because attendance was lackluster, that they just basically tacked it on to GABF.
Bad news on the whole GABF stuff. One of the breweries in Knoxville won the most awards cumulatively, like the Olympic style. They won the most, like, gold, silver, and bronze. We went in there. I'm not going to, I'll tell you guys off this, but I'm not going to say it. I'm here. They're up the street. But I was talking to the server and I said, hey, does having awards that you guys are putting up bring in more people here? And the server said, no, we're slower than ever, but we're also a college town, but the college kids don't really come in here anyways. It's kind of not an upscale place, but like you got to spend money to come here. And the awards thing, from my experience, like doesn't roll over to sales at all. I think it did at one time, but I think as time goes on, like shit, man, like you go into breweries and there's like one dude behind the bar eating some food and there's not one girl there, on a Friday night. It's like, does Does it matter if you guys have awards or not? Like, this place sucks. Kyle, we did it like, well, we were.
Do we need to have an intervention?
What's up?
Do we need to have a good time party?
Yeah, all I'm saying is that craft beer's not doing hot, and people are putting chips into like metals. That's not going to bring like girls in, though. You know, I mean, Kyle, I brought you to Zool, and we were like tripping out, and then we went to another place, and you were like, "Dude, this is a weird vibe." Like, does it really matter to have what they have on draft when like there's just kind of like you can walk into a place and just know like I don't give a fuck what these guys have. Like I'm not hanging out here that long.
Yeah, we were in Zool. They had, I don't know, they were sold out of some stuff, so they had like 7 or 8 beers on tap or something. Place was packed. Everybody looked happy.
Everyone's
it was like
these right here.
Yeah, cool vibe. There you go. And then we went into like an actual like craft beer bar with 50 beers on tap, all kinds of stuff to choose from. If you're like a beer person, that's where you want to be. Dude, it was depressing, man.
Yeah.
Nobody was in there. Like, I swear to God, the dudes behind us along the wall, they look like the bad guys from like Double Dragon, the video game or something like that. There's a whole like wall of
80s
who look like bad guys from
like
an
the bad
80s
guys
movie.
from the Michael Jackson
They
bad
had
video.
shitty tattoos, yeah, and like
Yeah.
I'll be the guy
like,
hanging out in the bar you guys hate. That's my kind of spot.
Well, I want to go to Diatribe with you solely based off no kids being there. And I think that's going to be a selling point for breweries at a certain point. Just say like, hey, no kids, no great.
You.
What's up?
His beers are great. He's been getting food trucks up there, which has been super cool. So I went up there last Thursday night, and
are they new?
Fairly new. I would say maybe a year.
Okay, that's new. Yeah, that's new in my book.
So
but he's doing okay.
I think so. Like,
good.
Yeah, we went up Thursday. I just stopped in on my walk home, and they had a vegan food truck there that's really good.
Right.
And that definitely brought some folks in, and then it's just kind of like a neighborhood spot right now, which is kind of nice. So it's just like people living in the neighborhood. So.
I love that. Yeah. No, and I'm thinking about making a video on like my reasons why craft beer isn't doing so good, but it's also going to burn. It's going to be real truthful, but it's going to burn a lot of bridges. It's going to be like just, the day of us brewing beer and thinking it's the best and opening it up at a business park and, hiring your friends and, trying to learn everything on the fly is dead and dumb to do now. And it's crazy that
Was that something you wanted to do at some point?
What's up?
Is that something you wanted to do at some point?
Yeah, I think when I was like 25, but I also think being younger is kind of like a FOMO stage, kind of like let's bite off all we can chew. Doesn't matter what kind of debt you get into. And now, even if I had like an inheritance or something, I would never open up a brewery. And it's not even the beer. Once people realize it's like In-N-Out Burger or something. Like you look at this well-oiled machine and or a coffee shop that everyone's clicking and this and that, and you're like, it doesn't matter what you're selling or what you're doing. Like the well-oiled machine from the top to the bottom, and then you go to this other place and like the owner's getting fucked up behind the bar. He's hiring his friends. Like it doesn't matter at all about your beer. It doesn't at all. And this, I'm not going to win this conversation with the people in the chat because everyone's like, well, first things first, you need good beer. I don't even know what good beer means. I go to places that are packed and I'm drinking this. I'm like, I can't finish this. But there's girls there. There's a kitchen. They're having a blast. When at Zool, the owner didn't even talk to us for 6 months. My buddies that own breweries in San Diego, we're in group text with their employees. We're fucking around all day. We're drunk at the side of the bar. Like if you think you're going to open up a brewery and it's going to be cool and you could drink at the bar for free all day and you're going to hit on girls or whatever, like you're not going to make it. It's got very little to do with beer at this point.
But I think that's also the difference between 2002 and 2022 for sure. Right?
For sure. It's just crazy to think that craft beer was so popular at a time that you could do that. Like we could open up, like, do you guys watch Tailgate's videos?
No.
He opened up a brewery, but he's pretty transparent. He was like, hey, we had a family building, a commercial building. So we never had to sign a 5-year lease or a 10-year.
Who's this?
Tailgate outside of Austin, Texas.
What tailgate?
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel.
What's his YouTube channel called?
Tailgate. Everything's just tailgate. It's it looks like a guitar pick. It's blue and
Is
white.
he the one that he did like brewing, and he had like an actual brewery where he's brewing beer?
Yeah, he had a brewery, and he's like,
Yeah,
dude,
I know his channel is called Tailgate.
Tailgate. Yeah. And he was like, I didn't want to do the song and dance. I didn't want to do the trivia night. I didn't want to do, I didn't want to do bingo night or this and that. But that's all beer is now. It's like being a club promoter now is being better than having like a world-class brewer. And, I was in San Diego and I was at this brewery and this guy's like, hey man, like come in the back and try this beer. It's got like 7 different mosaics and 3 different cryos. I'm like, fuck, dude, it's a fucking IPA, man. It's fucking, you're still doing this? It's an IPA, like get the well-oiled machine in and then start, telling me there's 50,000 different hops in this beer. So it's just a different world now. It's just, I don't know. It's like if everybody in here owns a pizzeria, you would think like, well, only the best pizza would survive. It's like, no. Sooner or later, it's going to have very little to do with the pizza. Like who's got the best parking lot, who's got the coolest bartenders, and there's just so many. It's just completely different now.
CH, did you see the chat?
Tango.
There were a few people. In the chat that requested a BrajCon.
BrajCon. We just had the first BrajCon in Knoxville. Kyle's been to Knoxville, but what'd you guys think of it?
I loved it.
It's dope. I would love it. Probably late September through March.
It was hot. Yeah, that's when it first started getting hot.
It was like 104 degrees or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was getting hot. That was what
it was. It was hot here too, but it was like 10 degrees warmer there.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, dude, it reminds me actually of where I grew up a little bit. So
where'd you grow up?
Cool.
Ohio.
Akron, Ohio.
Akron.
Kind of the downtown kind of. It's like a nicer version of that.
Yeah. But I want to say something really quick. I'm not trying to beat on craft beer anymore, but I remember talking to Kyle, and we were talking about like, oh, this beer is like so good. This beer's so good. This beer's so good. We've all had bad beer. We've all had, but it's like it's pretty few and far between. There's, Kyle, I've told you like, beer can only taste like so much beer, right? Like I understand the value of the brand can be way higher than this, but like in a blind taste contest, like like it's going to be a little bit difficult. But I know places in Knoxville that places that are killing it and places that are not killing it, you could completely switch the beers with them. You sell our beers for this weekend and you sell our beers, and there wouldn't be a fucking dent in the bottom line. There wouldn't be a dent in the bottom line.
Is that college kids though, or is that other folks?
No, it's just people only want to go to the cool spots and that's it. People don't want to try out like a new business park brewery. Tanglefoot brought that up. He's like, back in the day, people would drive to places with no air conditioning and take a shot in the dark. It's like, no, not even close.
Have you guys noticed that, like, in the last, 10 years, there's been so many different celebrities that have gone in on different, like, liquor brands, like,
oh, for sure,
The Rock with tequila and, whiskey. The Breaking Bad guys made tequila, I think, too. But there's a ton of them. Has there been any sort of similar trend with celebrities getting into the brewing industry?
Troy Aikman, Jay Cutler, yeah, for sure.
Oh, with what? What beer do they have?
Troy Aikman's got one in we've talked about this. I think when Emmett was on, or maybe the Brew Show was on, but like that's kind of a weird thing because what if there's a lot of people that hate Dallas Cowboys fans too, so you would just not give that thing a chance based off him putting his face on it. But yeah,
Hulk
for
Hogan's
sure.
made a beer.
Who did?
Hulk Hogan.
Same with
Real American beer.
Broken Skull, which was Austin 316.
He made his own beer too.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I see it around. I see it everywhere. Yeah.
Iron Maiden has a beer. Oh, I did see that the Kelsey brothers started a beer, or they have the Garage Beer brand.
That's them.
I'm not sure if they started it, but yeah.
Who's Mastodon's beer collab with? That's awesome.
Who's Happy Dad? Who owns Happy Dad Seltzer?
That's the Nelk Boys on YouTube.
The who?
The Nelk Boys. They're pranksters. They started.
Those guys are geniuses, man. Those guys are like up there with Liquid Death. Everywhere you look, you see this
Yeah.
brand,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
They started that like 5 years ago too. They struck the iron while it was hot.
Yeah, they were ahead of the curve for sure.
And what do? They give it to Instagram people, or they give it for people to be on podcasts like Liquid Death. They just give it to everybody.
So the Nelk Boys started as like a prank YouTube channel. Like they go around doing pranks in public. And a few years ago, they started a podcast called the Full Send Podcast. Full Send was like, that's like their trademark slogan. And I think shortly after they started the podcast, they came out with the alcohol brand because their whole vibe is like college kids drinking, getting hammered, like full sending, partying, stuff like that.
The
And
old
so they created Happy Dad.
Four Loko vibe.
Basically-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just kind of, I mean, they have all sorts of different celebrity guests on
It's
there.
got the car in the back.
Happy Dad.
I'm looking at their video feed right now. One of the recent guests was Dr. Phil. That was pretty amazing. They went from Jake Paul, JD Vance to Dr. Phil. All right.
I mean, it's easy drinking. You know, people still to this day don't even know what hard seltzers are. We just call it hard seltzer. Like I was at the grocery store the other day and like there's a Monster now with 5% this. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what to call shit anymore. But the next time you go to your gas station, look at the newest alcohol products and you're going to start seeing Skittles, 5%. You know, you're going to start seeing liquid everything. And
Dude, hey, you're giving away all my ideas.
Did you ever drink Arizona iced tea, CH?
those are so good.
You guys?
The hard ones are so
Yeah,
damn
like-
good.
Yeah, so like I used to buy the cases of the green cans.
Yeah,
Arizona
ginseng.
green cans. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I just saw hard Arizona iced tea the other day for the first time.
How was it? It tastes just like the
I
real
would
thing.
never drink that. No, dude, hell no.
Why not?
No. Because I'm sure it's got like 1,000 calories of sugar in it. And
Oh,
it
they
would
all
make me
do,
feel like
yeah.
absolute dog shit. Yeah, I can't really do that. Doesn't work for me.
No, but I did have it a month ago. I was at a barbecue and it was like an IPA, a West Coast IPA, and I was like, I can't drink an IPA right now. This like an IPA at a barbecue when it's hotter than shit. I can't do that anymore.
Dude, we were pounding those Bomb Pop red, white, and blue Twisteds in Knoxville.
Twisted
Those
Tea
things-
is killing
Yeah.
it. Twisted Tea is slaying it. Yeah. What do you guys think of West Coast IPAs from the outside looking in? Do you think they're doing okay? I mean, they've definitely peaked.
Wait, you have to remind me what's the difference between West Coast and East Coast? What's a hazy one? Is that
The
East
juicy
Coast?
one, yeah. Juicy, hazy,
So
northeast.
the West Coast are like the very bitter, like hoppy IPAs.
Yes, that are not even as close to as popular as hazies are right now.
Yeah.
I've never been a West Coast boy. I'm just glad that the first time, I mean, honestly, since I can remember drinking craft beer, which is my whole legal drinking career, that lagers and pilsners and all that are like kind of front and center right now. So I'm kind of just enjoying
Coming full
My-
circle.
a couple minutes of, this is great.
Yeah.
Where I can go pretty much any brewery and they're going to have. I went to a brewery that I didn't think was going to even have decent beer, and they had an amazing lager. So, like, it seems that people are pretty much stepping up their game pretty good in that. So, I'm enjoying that. But I'm assuming, West Coast beer sales are down, but at the same time, the double IPAs that I would think wouldn't be selling well or selling extremely well. So
It definitely does vary from area to area too, though. Like when I worked at Highwire, we had 12 different locations, and they all had different beer sales, and that was very strange to me. Like West Coast IPAs would crush here, and then their mountain water stuff would crush here, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is.
You know,
weird.
I
feel like
too, probably.
I've had more bad beers recently than I could ever remember having. Like IPAs from big companies like Lagunitas and like all like big brand name companies. that are just they're making beer that just kind of fucking like sucks, man. Like hazy
Yeah.
beers. I kind of prefer the older style beer in terms of like the hops that were used. You know, I like the citrusy. I like the piney. When you get into like
Centennial and
fruity stuff,
Cascade.
it can be weird, and some of it's good. Like a burial never makes a bad beer. You know,
I
and they
agree.
can do whatever, and it's going to be good. But not everybody can do that.
And if
So
they do, they're probably dumping it down the drain.
yeah,
They're,
probably
they're
so
not
because
going to serve it.
Do you think
yeah, they're
it's
not going to serve it. Yeah.
like I'm gonna be 40 in a couple months? Do you think when you get to 40, like it's just different now? Because I can't drink. Like I'm almost exclusively, and I'm drinking whatever. I'm drinking low fills right now, and I drink whatever on the stream. But when I go out, I'm almost exclusively just a lager guy. Like as much as I think I love brown ales or West Coast, like I just want a Miller Lite. I just kind of want a Miller Lite, kind of like Marshall from Brewlosophy. He brews all this stuff, but when he goes out, he's just drinking pilsners. You just get to. I don't know how old he is. I think he's a couple years older than me, but you can't really
Yeah, I
drink
mean,
like 4 IPAs to
a
4
lot of
Miller
things
Lights
change.
now. A lot of things change for sure.
Yeah, dude, so much stuff's going to change. How many months?
January.
Just jump
Dang,
off.
dude, you're going to have you're going to have to start. Yeah, you're going to have to start drinking Coors exclusively. You're probably going to have to mix in some Ensures and
Insurance.
Pedialyte. You're definitely going to have to buy longer socks because you're going to have to tuck your balls somewhere. They droop down real far.
Yeah,
It gets weird, man, at 40.
that
The
was
solid move is ordering 1 or 2 pints of, if you want an IPA, get a pint of that. If you want to, whatever, something else fancy, and then just switch to, canned macro lagers and enjoy your evening.
That's what I wanted to make a video on, and it was probably going to bum a lot of people out just hearing it right now. It's like when you opening up a brewery at 25 versus 40 is a completely different world. When you're 25, you're like Johnny Gung Ho. When you're 40, you're like, well, my wife wants to divorce me because I'm fucking drunk all the time. My body hates it. Production's down. It's addicting. My wallet hates it. It's just a different. It's just a completely different world. Like this thing, alcohol.
You can still do it though, buddy. I got faith in you. I still do it.
Well, I don't have a wife for one. I think that's probably the key is just not get married. No, I'm just kidding. But
CH, are you okay? We need to bring
we
some
need
positivity
to liven
here.
it up. No, I know. I don't know. We got content out today too. But I have been thinking about making that video though. But like I don't think I'm gonna do it because I think it would bum a lot of people out. I just know I've got friends who own breweries that aren't stoked on it right now, and one of the things people don't talk about breweries going out of business is like it's not like opening up it's not like getting an apartment. You just pay month to month, right? Like what if you open up a brewery and you lock in your 5-year lease and the market's doing whatever, and then 5 years from now maybe the market's doing bad and you got a little bit of leverage. You can still lock in your $3 a square foot per whatever. But what if the market's doing good and your brewery's not doing bad? You can't sign another 5-year lease and no one ever talks about this stuff. I think there's a lot of brands out there that are just trying to get to the end of that and then they pull the plug. Because, what's a commercial lease? Minimum 3 years?
I mean, usually they'll do it for. Yeah, I think it varies.
It does vary, but I think most people are
Yeah, it
locked into
varies.
5-year leases.
You just gotta go to the shady part of town.
Well, that's a gnarly thing too. Like, hey, let's open up a brewery. Let's open up the best brewery ever. And it's like, let's just try to make it to year 10, right? Like we're going to sign the first 5-year lease and we got to know going into this right now, then 5 years from now, this could be a little bit more expensive, and like, 25-year-old version of all of ourselves is like, yeah, we're going to take over the world, be the next Sierra Nevada. But in reality, it's like, what are we really doing that different? What are we really doing that different? We really beating in, trivia night and this and that. And I've got friends who have horror stories of like, they do trivia night on Wednesdays and now the other breweries around them are pissed off at them because they did trivia night too and they were doing them first. You're like, fuck, man. Like we're trying to do something, we're just trying to bingo night.
Dude, Yeah, like if I ever see any of those nights going on, I will not.
Bring your
So,
kid
like,
night.
I'm like the opposite,
No, I'm with you.
but it does bring people in.
For sure.
But again, like there are people that are not looking for that, but you have to have enough people that aren't looking for that. You have to have another draw, I guess. And for me, a lot of it's going to be proximity.
Yeah. I think everything's just getting localized at this point. Unless you've got that crazy, who's killing it the hardest right now? Like Treehouse, they've got like these isolated breweries that people are driving off the off-beaten path to go to, and they cut you off after 3 drinks and people are still dying to go there. That's fucking incredible. That's fucking amazing.
They have a 3 limit beer.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't go there. But they set it up that way, so you have to like get an Uber out there. It's like
if I'm drinking 3 beers, I think I could drive home.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know if their beers are 10% or this and that, but
that's true.
And shout out to that dude Nate as well. I clown on his channel all the time for doing the craft beer review tasting guy, but like the guy is brilliant. Like I don't know how a 30-year-old pulled that off. With like he's got to have an insane amount of discipline. Who knows how the deep pockets work, but like the dude is fucking cooking. There's no doubt about that. Shout out to that dude for being the goddamn man.
I like Dub's idea. Money better spent opening a distillery and selling canned cocktails. That seems to be a hot thing right now for sure.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, anything is a good idea as long as it's done right.
Dude, and your profit margin's like 98%. You're literally buying neutral grain spirits and flavoring it and putting it in a can.
We've talked about that before. Kyle, what's the place where the majority of the liquor comes from? MGP?
MGP, yeah, in Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah, whiskey drinkers aren't going to like hearing this. And then you've got to get your bottle from China, right? That's kind of the deal.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So all the things that we think...
I mean, it's still walk in the park to open a distillery either. I mean, there's plenty of distilleries that people started with, the people blew their retirements on for sure. I mean, we actually looked at one, Emmett and I looked at a distillery. Where was it, Emmett? Raleigh, I think.
Yeah, I was in Durham.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this distillery. They had a full. They had a lease that on a place that was affordable. They had a massive still. They had all the TTB permits and everything already, which are very difficult to get, and it's time consuming to get all that. They had all the local permitting. They had bottles and whatnot, and it was cheap, dude. It was cheap, and I'm looking into it, and they sent me the financials. And the reason it was cheap is because they were losing all their money. They were losing a ton of money. So I don't know. I think they were screwing up, man. Their bottles looked just like they were horrendous. They were the dumbest, goofiest looking bottles I'd ever seen.
Custom
and they paid probably a lot of money.
You got to have that Puff Daddy influence, or not Puff Daddy anymore, but you got to have that, the Dan Aykroyd, Crystal Skull vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Who's ever got the most followers on Instagram? Let's get them and endorse our shit. It's brilliant. And at the end of the day,
you need to find a guy who's getting like 6 million views on like videos like on how to use a honey dipper or something like that.
Oh, I think it's the bottom left right here. I think there's a VW in the background as well. Yeah, no, sorry. I've just got friends who've got breweries that aren't doing so hot right now, and like you kind of want to tell them like, well, I could probably tell you a couple things that could help out, but also people don't ever want to be told what the fuck to do. It's like kind of what I was talking about earlier. But no, it's just it's a completely different time than it was 10 years ago, at least in California. I think Knoxville's still kind of on. Like even in 2 years in Knoxville when I first got here. Remember when beer towns had like the map and people would come around and like, hey, let me stamp this and I'll go to the next one. That day is even over now. And I remember 2 years ago, everyone was like, hey, like stamp this. We're going to go here and then there and then there and then there and then there. And I was like, fuck, man, I remember that was in San Diego back in like 2015. That was almost 9 years ago. So
I've never seen that.
Yeah, you get like a T-shirt or some shit, some tchotchke, like a welcome, some welcome mat. Yeah. Yeah, I started kind of bring the vibe down with my buddies who aren't doing so hot. But any which way, Charlie, what's good? Yeah,
None of
Charlie,
us own breweries.
let's have a good time, man. Let's drink some Rubber
None of
Johnny
us own
beer.
breweries or want to own breweries.
Hey.
And you're just talking about not opening breweries. They're like, yeah, we weren't going to open one, bro. We sell homebrewing equipment.
I would never would you ever, if you
No.
could do whatever you wanted, if you just didn't have to make money, would you work at a brewery for free? Would you just go to a brewery and make beer for people for free? Because there's no way I would. I wouldn't do it.
No,
not what I want to do with my time.
No,
I do enjoy making silly videos for YouTube.
I love YouTube. I agree.
Yeah.
I love production more than I love making alcohol. If it came down to working on the truck that Emmett has in the background and finding some laughs and getting a following, I enjoyed that more. I think keeping people's attention span in 2024 is fucking crazy impossible, especially for long format stuff. And even myself, I'm like, I have to watch YouTube videos on TV because I don't trust myself to watch it on my phone because Snapchat or just a group text or this is going to pop up. We just live in a self-inflicted age of ADHD. But to be able to do that and look at your video and be like, whoa, okay, even I got 5 or 10,000 views or 20,000 views, and 60% of the people made it to 7 minutes, that's insane. Or not? I don't know. Maybe homebrewing's a little bit different. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, the thing between us and Charlie is a world of difference now. They used to say that generations are every 33 years. There's no way. Generations now are 5 years. Charlie, when you were hitting the ground,
it changed fast.
Yeah, your first video wasn't making mead. You made that killer video on breaking a bottle and then gluing it as art, and it was fucking awesome.
I did do I did do that, but that wasn't my first video was making mead. I did that bottle breaking art I did was a year ago. That wasn't too long ago.
But that was your first video that got some shine?
No.
Oh, never mind. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Again.
Charlie, it looks like your first video on YouTube was going blind from homemade alcohol.
What?
Was that it?
Yeah, but that was so I was late to the YouTube game. I started out on TikTok, and at that point I already had a bunch of videos made already. So I just slowly rolled them over, and that one just happened to be one that took off. And it was just
I met a Charlie fan this summer. And
Nashville?
No, I was actually at the beach. We started talking about some people asked me what I did for a living, and I was like, yeah, I make stuff to make beer. And this woman was like, oh, my husband just started making mead. I was like, and she's like, and he's obsessed with it. I was like, I know where this conversation is going.
Oh yeah.
I said, just out of curiosity, I was like, do you know Golden Hive mead? And the wife was like, oh my God, yeah, he's watched every one of the videos. And he goes, yeah, I love that. I love that. I love those guys. Yeah. Yeah. And I started talking to him about, I was like, yeah, he was just on our channel and this and that, and he's on YouTube. And he's like, well, did you put it on TikTok? I said, no. He's like, I only watch TikTok.
That's crazy when you come across those people, because I used to think Instagram was the top tier, the most popular, and there's people that don't even fuck with Instagram.
Yeah. He acted like he's like, what's YouTube?
That's wild.
And this was an older guy. It wasn't a young, super young person either.
There's people that once they're on a platform and they watch short content on that platform, it's competitive. They won't go on the other platforms to watch content. I've got a buddy that won't touch TikTok, but he's on YouTube or YouTube Shorts all the time.
That's crazy. And I mean, that's so true. I could do the dumbest shit on YouTube, but I won't even post anything on Facebook. I haven't posted anything on Facebook in 10 years or Twitter or anything.
Dude, you need to.
I know.
It's the older crowd, and they're all probably more into beer making too.
No. And no, Charlie, dude, you're the man, dude. More power. And what do you got going on? Tell us about what aside from the long format ideas Are you still thinking
Charlie,
about?
what do you hate about craft beer right now?
Do you want to rant for about an hour?
Do it. No, I apologize. I apologize. I just
No, I
worked
just
6
wanna-
days in a row, man, and I got to go on a fucking Dollywood field trip with my coworkers, and I'm fucking so pissed.
What's Dollywood Sweet?
It's like a half-ass Magic Mountain. It's on Monday. That's why I'm fucking pissed.
Sweet, dude.
Nah, I mean they're paying for it, but I don't
Dude,
know. I might have COVID that day.
I just want to give CH a hug.
I want to give you, yeah. No, life's good, man. And really quick, I'm glad everyone's here. I am kind of being a sourpuss. I think like me not having the carbonated Johnny Rotten fucking rubber Johnny video or lager kind of started it, man. But I'm stoked. I got content out. The barrages
That
are
video
here.
was awesome.
The video was fast, but I can always tell, like, Kyle, you could tell, like, at the end, like, I was going to do more, and I summed it up.
I didn't have time to watch it. Because I was that soccer practice and then dinner, and then
You play
I just
soccer?
had to come straight here. No. I wish, dude. No, my son.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I didn't have time to watch it. So
I thought okay, so you just saw the time on it, and you were like, mid-roll IPA?
yeah.
For those who
watched,
don't,
yeah.
tell them about
I
the
wasn't-
mid-roll. Or I don't even know if that's how it is. Charlie probably knows better than us.
Dude, you know what? I didn't. I wanted to show it to April and Boone before I left for the office. I was like, I don't want to terrify Boone right now.
Yeah, I said something in there, like,
I wanted to review it first.
and I said something like, Charlie's got a million followers or something. It's almost as many like STDs as I have. He's got a couple more though or something. I was like, I don't know if this is for like the PG crowd.
Man.
No, but it was a super fun video to make, and I do want to get Emmett back here when it cools down a little bit, because I do remember talking to you about that at breakfast, Emmett. You were like, yeah, I just
It was brutal when we were down there. But yeah, dude, I would love to come down. Dude, it's sweet. It's a sweet town.
it is a sweet town.
It's real.
So it was cool.
No, and we got some shit to celebrate, you know, like I got 50,000 subscribers in a home brewing thing. That's insane. You know, Charlie's coming up on 1 million, everything, Twitter, YouTube. He's coming up on OnlyFans. He's got 1 zillion.
Kyle and I were just talking earlier today. We do have to plan something with all of us together again.
I'm so down. I've got Croatia this month. I kind of
Yeah, we'll
think
be
you
there,
guys are
man.
going to load.
It's in. It's on.
You
Let's
guys,
crash. Let's
you-
crash Chicago. Chicago's always a good time.
I've never been to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting potentially a small office/brew space. So hopefully we'll get some more clarity on that in the next few months. But when that happens, Chicago is going to be the
Sweet.
place to be. We'll
Hey.
make something for sure.
Big shout out to my brother Steven here. I know this guy. This guy comes into where I work, man. Steve, I hope you're well, man. Steve Wolf. I know him and his wife. Much love, dude. Fall in Eastern Tennessee is pretty great. I love Tennessee, man. I love it out here. And my friends in California who don't know, have not been out here, they still have all their stereotypes and their prejudices. I'm like, dude, keep them. I don't want you out here anymore. You know, like you're going to come out here and buy 3 fucking houses, jack this shit
Right.
up. Yeah. And yeah, dude, life's good, man. Got the house. You guys have seen it. Hopefully I can knock down one of those sheds before I go to Croatia in 3 weeks.
Don't knock it down.
Just a demo. Just a demo.
People
What are you
sleeping.
going to? What's in Croatia? Vacation?
Yeah, me and my college roommate, we're going to go out there and just.
Is it Dan?
Yeah, and I want you to meet Dan because you guys are very similar. And Dan works for Yahoo and MSNBC, and he does all the ad stuff, and he buys ad space all day, and it's gnarly. Like it's up there with like. You guys have any friends that buy and sell energy? Like they know when it's high and it's low and stuff like that. Like advertisement's kind of the same thing, if that makes sense. And he's very good at his job, and he tells me a lot about like he knows more about looking at my YouTube analytics than I ever did, and it's wild. Like he was the one that actually had to explain like CPM and all this stuff to me. But yeah, Kyle, if you make it out there, man, you and Dan would chalk it up. And he's like the exact opposite of me. He's like just pretty.
Are you
He'll make sure
only
you come-
going to Croatia?
Say it again.
Are you only going to Croatia, or are you going to other places?
We're gonna go fly into Split, Croatia, and I wanted to go to Dubrovnik, which is south, but it's still it's all Croatia, but outside of the port of Split, there's a ton of little like Catalina islands that you could take a ferry over to, and we're gonna stay in this place. We're gonna stay in Split for a week, and then we're gonna stay in this place called Hvar, Hvar. And I mean, I could show you I could send you where we're staying, and like it is cheap. It is a lot cheaper than me going to San Diego.
That's crazy.
California is like
I ran it by my wife, and
access denied.
Just me mentioning it made her very upset.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna play Earthbound and fire up the Super Nintendo and see it.
At least you gave her a decent amount of heads up there.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, man. You got to hit like a viral video. You got to get some leverage. Be like, hey, we got something to celebrate, you know. But I know you just did Paris and then New Zealand.
Also need more than a week's heads up.
I'm leaving the 23rd.
Okay.
And I'll be back.
What
the 5th.
are you going to make a travel video out of this?
Yeah, dude.
Those are my fucking favorite.
I appreciate that, Emmett. And I enjoy making those more than I do like how to save money.
Travel vlog video, like a vlog.
I pretty much shoot everything. And the cool thing about this now is that fuck, man, you could still just have like an iPhone 5 and just go around and shoot everything, and it's still going to be just as good as, you know, like a $600 DSLR. But yeah, man, I didn't go to Europe last year. I went to Europe the year before. But it's a trip, man. And the beers out there don't give you hangovers. They're all like 4%. They're like $1.50. It's incredible. You would love it, Emmett. You would love Prague or
Prague's sweet. I was there many moons ago.
What'd you think?
I had a real nice time. 20-year-old Emmett had a real good time.
Just crazy that you can get drunk for like $5. You're like, how does everyone make money? This is insane.
I was in Europe for 3 months on $800.
That's insane. Those days are long over. Well, I mean,
dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, so my wife wasn't cool with me just going there for, you know, like a vacation. But I mean, if Emmett was there and you were there,
it's a write-off.
And say Charlie's there,
Charles in charge.
Like that's kind of a work trip.
Kyle and Emmett are there. I'm also there.
Charlie, can you swing anything at this point?
Depends on the date.
I mean, who do you have to run it by? Do you have to run it by your girlfriend or your bank account?
No, there's another employer.
Even with the power of the
I
internet?
thought you set your own schedule with OnlyFans, dude.
Much love, Beer Squads. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a lot of flexibility. If you guys are going to be there for, you said a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're serious about it, I could for sure be there at least for part of it.
I think if Kyle makes it to Croatia, you'll make it to Croatia. But I think if Kyle doesn't make it, I think that it's going to be kind of a Hail Mary.
Yep.
Hey, let's get fucking drunk. I'm gonna actually get a double IPA this time. Kyle, dude, get a beer. Get a burial.
I've been to Croatia before. I just got a new one. I've been to Croatia before. It's awesome. Totally cool.
I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Yes.
We gotta.
Let's get all the press.
Speaking of the Nelk boys that we were talking about before, a couple years ago they did like.
Are they cooler than the Island Bros?
Like, what do you say?
The Island Brothers.
No, they did a.
Every time
like
those guys show up, I'm gonna smash my phone.
Where they did a winery like tour basically. Like they bounced around from like vineyard to vineyard and just got hammered and like recorded everything, and it was hilarious.
That's what I'm talking about.
It would be fun for us to do some sort of like winery or vineyard.
God damn it, yes, absolutely.
Like every day we go to a different one, just film everything.
Yes. Now I'm gonna go grab 2 beers. I'm fucking psyched up. I'll be right back.
Do it. Early, listen, I'm not trying to start trouble. Really, I'm only starting trouble for myself. But I am gonna, while we're sitting here, I might as well at least just look up the tickets to see what it would cost to go to Croatia.
We might as well. Let's.
Dude, if I went, my mom, Boon's mom, my wife would be.
How long would you?
She would be very mad.
How long would you go for? Like a week?
Yeah, I couldn't swing any more than that. Just a week, probably. I'd probably do like maybe like 8 days because it's gonna take. I mean, dude, it's gonna be a full day to get there.
If we can, because I'll be. I mean, if we can actually get a lot of content out of it, I would actually consider it. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's see here. CH said he was going 924 to 10-4. So
I'd probably have to go on the my birthday is actually on October 1st.
yeah. Happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd go like just maybe for like 8 days or something.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about
Right.
earlier. Yeah, let's fucking just have some chill vibes from here on out.
All right, chill vibes only. Always be
Yes.
chill, no
matter
what.
what. I know.
Is the name of the game.
And the name of the game is called Mystery Low Fill from Zool.
Nice.
But to answer your question, Kyle, if I won the lotto tomorrow, would I work at a brewery? Yes, but it would be the front of the house, not the back of the house. And I need that for my social pipeline. And I've met all rad people from working at bars, like everybody, like electricians, girls, guys, an accountant. I got like a good CPA. I got buddy with him. He does all my stuff now for like, he doesn't charge me, but I'll still send him $100, So like just the social pipeline of that. Like I think people typically like bartenders or beer tenders or servers. So yes, but to make beer, nah. I don't know what I'm drinking.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're making beer, you're a janitor, dude.
You are
working
a janitor.
at a factory.
You are a janitor.
And some people really like that. I just don't. Like, that's not what I prefer to do.
And I think that there's a lot of people kind of getting out of craft beer, not just owners shutting down, but I think there's a lot of brewers that are trying to get out, that are just burned out. If anything else kind of comes across their way, they're going to jump ship. Because when you get to a point, like you're kind of just turning valves, right? You're not like, even in construction, you're kind of doing something new and the job feels good. But at the end of the day, like if you're just kind of making soda or making cereal or making beer, like you're going to be thinking about a lot of like what ifs or shoulda, coulda, wouldas, So I know a lot of guys that, and they'll try to jump into something else and it doesn't work out and they fall back in, kind of like with anything. But it's like being a chef, like what's the average rate for a chef or a brewer? Maybe like $17 an hour, $22 an hour if you're in California, maybe. Like it's tough.
That's where for me though, like I do love the brewing and mead. Like I love the brewing aspect of things, but that's why I started to dive deep into like experimentation, and that's where I find a lot of joy too. But to be fair, I think I like video production and just kind of managing, making creative videos, running the business. I like that, or I love that part of things, probably equally, if not more, than the actual mead making itself. So I feel like there's a good balance there for me.
I agree with that, Charlie. And one thing about Charlie is ripping. Like, when I think you put out a video. Remember the place where Kyle met up with us at? It was that old brewery, and we went up top and kind of hung out in the corner.
Yeah.
I think you uploaded a video while we were all hanging out on CapCut on your phone. Like I think that's how you have to be successful. In this game, like you have to be consistently putting out shit on your phone. You're on vacation, you're still putting out content. Like we don't do that. Kyle, do you do that?
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, not really.
Are you editing shorts on your phone?
Oh no, I don't edit anything on my phone. Really, it's all in Premiere.
Yeah, Charlie is like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm playing Mario Kart with you. You just beat me and uploaded? Like, how did that work?
Yeah,
well,
you did.
First of all, Charlie,
nice.
he cheats at Mario Kart. Let's just.
He cheats at Mario Kart.
I was actually gonna ask if you guys have been practicing. We're gonna have to run it back.
I would love to run it back, and I know Kyle would love to run it back, and I know Emmett would hate to run it back because I don't think he was into it the first time.
I was just tired. I'm pretty decent. I thought I was pretty decent until Charlie showed up and made me look like a bad player.
What did we
Because
do? What did we do before we came home? Because you kind of just crashed out on the couch, Emmett. But we were out like smoking cigars and going around and looking at all the property. And I think I did get poisoned
that's what
up.
we were doing. Yeah, we were.
Man, I took a nap. I was just tired.
But where were we at before that? Because we
Dude,
did.
remember that? Remember that Uber driver?
Yes.
There's a couple.
Yes.
Uber rides.
He went the wrong way, and I was finally like, "What's your fucking deal, man?" And you guys thought it was so funny.
I think he went
didn't
the wrong way.
Yeah, he didn't speak too much English.
Slamming on the brakes, going, and then accelerating super fast.
I can always laugh when I almost die in a car when I'm hammered, but if I'm not driving,
I
always
do
think,
remember that Uber driver.
I'm like, yeah, pretty much died.
Yeah, we were driving home. I'm like, why are we looking at Walgreens right now? Like, why is there a goddamn auto like parts store here? Like, oh,
CH's unfiltered commentary.
Was that ripping?
Always
you're like,
solid.
you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not into that, man. Like, we need you for like 1 mile, $8. Like, how do you fuck this shit up? And I always tip them 20 or 25%. Just don't freak me out.
I do want a I haven't got Mario Kart. I'm going to, and I do want a rematch. I can't stand losing.
Well,
I don't like to lose.
That was kind of the joke.
Charlie, I get so mad, man. And Charlie was just like one after another. I couldn't figure it out. And then Emma was kind of cracking the code in real time. And
because he was doing all the what's that called?
Drifting and all that kind of stuff.
But
I will say this: my nephews have that game, and I went on vacation this summer with my sister and both my nephews and Boone. Smoked those guys.
Nice.
So I got a little bit of practice in. I used what I learned from Charlie.
yeah, I was like, Kyle, like, what's up, man? Like, how's the new fermenter going? You're like, I have no fucking clue. Ask Emmett. And you were just like, all I give a fuck about right now is like, do I use Toad's like wing thing or like, yeah. Charlie definitely knew what was up. But that was fun as hell.
I just sent you a screenshot. That screenshot I sent you, Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah. Did you beat the game?
That's a tough game, man. That
You're
was the
not
last
beating
game.
that.
Yeah, I
You're
just
not
played
beating
that
that
recently.
game. You didn't beat it, did you?
I did, but I kind of like I used the save feature on the Nintendo Online.
Yeah,
it's a tough game.
You go back, yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to go pretty deep down the rabbit hole to beat that game without something like that.
It's got shitty control, not worse than Metroid. Metroid's pretty bad, but like not as bad as Castlevania. Do you remember the early Castlevania games? You'd be like walking upstairs and it would touch you and you just fall off and go into like lava. But Super Ghouls and Ghouls was a very brutal game. And I love that you are a low-key gamer, like retro gamer. Huge
retro stuff, yeah.
Earthbound, this and that, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. Boone and my son, he's 11. He loves it too, man. Like
Earthbound?
No. We haven't done that one together, but he kind of loves part of it, and then he gets frustrated with other games. So, we just got Contra, NES Contra.
The one I had in my last video. You haven't watched the video yet, yeah.
This one, the one that you just released today.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he loves it, man. He loves
Good.
it. I think that was our favorite game as kids.
So you're what? You were born in 80. I was 85, and that game came probably like 89. So you were like in third grade when that game came out. Do you remember the password?
Probably, yeah, definitely.
Up, down, left, right, BA start.
Yeah, select start if you're playing with some buddies. But
30 lives.
Yeah, Boone just memorized that password this week. He was super proud of that.
Shout out to Boone.
In fact, I just got I do, like, speaking of posting videos and whatnot, I record a lot of videos and I don't post them. So Boone and April were just playing Contra this week, and I thought it was cool. Took a video of it, didn't post it. But
what do you mean? You're talking about what videos are you not posting?
You know how you're talking about, like, Charlie is really good at like just uploading stuff from his phone in real time.
CapCut, yeah.
I'm great at taking a video for like just a story or something like that, and then I won't post it. I won't take like the 2 seconds to post it. So, Boone and April were playing Contra this week, which I thought was cool. Like, how many 11-year-old kids and their moms are playing Contra?
From
right
89, yeah, that is pretty badass.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
89.
Yeah.
Charlie, do you think
I
most...
like the thing...
Sorry,
sorry. I was going to say, is that like the thing where you can play the old retro games on the Switch?
There's a lot of mods now. There's a lot of emulators.
Yeah.
I just do it through like Nintendo Online or like online.
Yeah, Super Nintendo Mini. Yeah, it's a classic. It's accessible. Really quick though, Charlie, you're 24 to 25, yeah?
25.
25. Do you think most kids that are putting out video content are doing it on their phones as well, or do you think it's on desktops?
For shorts, it's all phones, as far as I know. Yeah.
That's wild.
But I mean, for long form, everybody obviously uses computers.
I know. I just can't. I don't know one person, even that does social media like Instagram. No, they probably do it on their phone.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, you can kind of tell by the. It depends on the creator, because there are some, like, I know there are a few like cooking channels where they have like super high production quality shorts. And those are probably done on a computer, but a lot of what's popular is just like the very casual, nonchalant, pulling your phone out, like putting it on selfie mode and recording yourself type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just boom, 10 seconds, it's over, post it.
I got a question for you.
Kind of almost like original YouTube before like everything started getting
exactly.
Where it's just like you take a shot, you cut it, and you just upload it all, but like your edits are just stopping and starting the camera.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that, like especially on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you guys hate the word YouTuber or influencer? Like Kyle, how do you? Sorry, Charlie.
YouTuber is way cooler than TikToker, in my opinion.
I never looked at it that way. You might be onto something. TikToker sounds like a bad guy from Wizard of Oz or something.
Dude, I feel like it's way cooler to be called a YouTuber than it is a TikToker. Like when you think of like if somebody calls you a TikToker, like I feel like the assumption is that you're just a cringe, like I don't know. Whereas YouTube just has a better.
Yeah, but it's still cringe too to like our parents' generation or your grandparents' generation. Like all of us are kind of in the same boat. Like even Kyle, when you're talking about explaining what you do to a unique visitor, which is a brand new person that you've met at a wedding or something, and they're like, "What do you do for a living?" And you're like, "I make a homebrew electric system."
I just tell people I sell brewing and distillation equipment.
And then
I'll follow that, and they don't understand that, and I'll be like, stuff to make beer at home and distill stuff.
I say pretty much the same thing. Like I just say I make mead making kits and equipment.
Yeah, I tell people I'm an insurance salesman. Just get them the fuck away from me. Do you want an umbrella package? I got life insurance in my back pocket if push needs shove. But it's a weird thing for like Emmett. What do you say? Like, hey, I just say,
I help run a homebrewing supply.
You could say run.
What's that?
You could say run.
Yeah, help run. Basically, like YouTube doesn't even come up in the conversation. Because for me, like I'm so far, like I just show up, maybe a couple times a month. We brew a beer, but that's like such a small part of what I do on a day-to-day basis. It's the fun part, but it's also the lowest amount of time part for me because I'm doing the editing or the video stuff. So
that's exactly it. The actual amount of time you're filming content, I feel like, is so small compared to all the other stuff you do as a creator, I would say. Right. But then, like, when we were in Knoxville, every single place we went, CH would go to some random person, like the bartender, the server, some random person sitting next to us and say, "Hey, you know the guy that turned Mountain Dew into wine? Oh, this is him right here."
Yeah, dude, for sure.
And we got 0 free drinks out of it. You owe me money. I'm just kidding.
Did you get free drinks? Or just
no?
Yeah, just
I can't even remember where we went besides Downtown Grill and Beer. The rooftop bar. Oh, I mean, yeah. Hey, and I apologize for bringing my buddy Sean out. Usually I read the room pretty well.
Dude, John's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
he was cool the first time we saw him after we jumped in the lake. But I remember me and you had some lunch and we had a light beer. I think we had Pacificos. Sean didn't eat food and ripped a shot and then had a beer. And then we saw him 5 hours later with Kyle and Emmett. And we went to that Mexican food place and he was very obnoxious. And I got 2 days with these guys and I fucked that one up pretty good. So, and
we've all been there, dude. I will.
John,
I don't hold that against you.
No, and I still do apologize to you guys. He's a great dude. He just he had he had a military buddy who'd passed away, and he's been on a good one. He's chilled out since, but
dude,
yeah, he didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Hold a grudge for that. I've been there myself many a time. So,
and I remember when we were walking past MOB, Kyle's like, "I'm not fucking going in there, man. Like, I'm not going in there." Because we had our last drink. We went to Stir. That's when Kyle bought us that really good dinner with the oysters and the crackers. And his work was on the way. And Kyle was like, I ain't fucking going in there, man. Like, I can't see that guy again. I can't see him again.
That's the Double Dragon bad guy hideout bar.
That is, yeah. That's Steve. We're talking about SW. We're talking about MOB, which is actually getting demolished in a month. They're going to turn that into condos. So they're all kind of like low morale. They're all getting fucked up. They're all losing their jobs, and it does suck, and it's just one of those things where, like, there's nothing you can do. There's, like, we can't have a good sales day or a 3-day weekend that's going to bring us back. Like, this, when the landlord wants to kick you out, you're getting kicked out.
Is that one of the last dive bars there, or?
It's been, like, 4 different things. Before it was a dive bar, I think it was something crazy. It was, like, a Enterprise rental car. It's wild.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, they're getting demolished the week before Halloween.
Charlie, what do you tell people that you do for a living?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's go back to Charlie. Do you just show them your followers? Just be like, hey, say less. Like,
you know how Jesus turned water into wine? Well, I did the same thing, but with Mountain Dew.
Enterprise.
I just
Thanks,
say
cheers, Raj.
I'm pretty much
I usually
God at this point.
I sell like mead making kits and sell equipment and recipes and make content.
But that's going to open up 21, questions that you probably don't want to answer. Unless they're going to subscribe or whatever. But if it's just like some asshole sniffing you out, like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, let's just chill out with other people at this wedding or whatever.
At this point now, most people have seen like either the Mountain Dew video or the Dr. Pepper video, so like that's always a pretty good icebreaker because the majority of people like have seen that,
which is insane.
Congratulations for you. That's awesome.
That's a weird thing to say,
but also
in an amazing way.
But Charlie, the people who haven't seen that, imagine being like, you have a girlfriend, but in a hypothetical world, like, hey, if you were going to go over to this girl's house and her dad's like this 60-year-old military guy, is like, what do you do for a living? And you're like, hey, haven't you seen like my Mountain Dew video? He's gonna be like, what the fucking planet are you talking? What world are you living on? So you don't get any of that. I guess your parents are probably like my age, so probably not.
But
not really, like,
he sells equipment though. He's not.
Isn't
that how you lead it? Like, I sell equipment for making mead, or
Yep. I mean, kits and equipment are the main thing,
right?
But I mean, usually, if people are, I mean, everybody's really quite supportive of it, and if they're weirded out by it, I usually will bring them some mead, and they love it. So
that's awesome,
dude. So you probably, I'm just gonna guess, the Mountain Dew series across all platforms had at least 30 million views. At least.
Yeah. Like if you add the views from like all the different parts too. Yeah.
So there's like 330 million people in the U.S. So like 10% of America. Say everybody's in America. So watch it. Like 10% of America watch that video.
That's awesome, man. Charlie, you are the prodigal son. But I got a question for you. How much thought are you you know, like I was talking about earlier, I'm not trying to get depressed or whatever, but I've kind of banged on I've kind of banged on everything beer wise.
Yeah.
Is your next move to actually like push out more of a product, or is it to get more into like cocktails or beer or wine on YouTube?
That's a really good question.
That's my first good question of the night.
I was actually telling, I
my
told
last
Kyle earlier today because we were talking. I have no, like, one thing I'm really good at is I can just rattle off videos inspired by just about anything, and I have no shortage of content in the near future. Like, I've got a whole Excel sheet with hundreds and hundreds of ideas.
Of mead?
Enough. Yeah, or it doesn't need to be just mead, but like
Okay.
anything that's like sort of relevant to the sort of content that I put out. Experiments, you know, brewing stuff. But like if you're asking beyond what I'm doing now, if I have plans to sort of expand in terms of business, the answer is yes. The ball is being rolled in some
Good.
areas. I can't say too much yet because a lot of it is still happening behind the scenes. But, I mean, I do fully intend on, eventually having my mead available to sell, hopefully sooner rather than later. And all that would be, it's not one of those things where I would shift my focus onto something else and kind of leave the rest behind. I fully intend on continuing the content production that I do now, and in fact, I think it'll provide a lot more opportunities to film new stuff that people are potentially interested in too. But yeah, there are things happening that I'm excited about.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, hopefully this is the start to hopefully a long, exciting journey. We'll see. If not, at least we tried. But
well, I think you're in this crazy not niche, but in this situation where like all you can really do is waste time. You can't really waste a lot of money. Like if we want to open up a brewery, that's going to take a lot of money. But if you're just trying to take a shot in the dark at craft cocktails or this and that, you're not going to take out a loan from a bank.
yeah.
Or whatever, a no interest loan from your parents or burn an inheritance like Kyle talked about earlier. And I'm going to ask both you guys this, Kyle and Charlie. We'll stick with Charlie, but like, are you burned out on making mead stuff, or are you still with it?
Oh, I'm still with it 100%.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever be burnt out of just making. I mean, that's the thing. It's not like I'm doing. I don't know. I can see how you would get burnt out with beer, because if you're a beer channel, there's only so much you can do with beer. But I don't know. Yeah,
There's more labor too. There's a lot more labor too.
Right. Yeah, 100%. There's a lot more work that goes into making a batch of beer, and they're relatively similar from beer to beer. But I don't know. Like my channel, the way my channel kind of got started and the way it's been thriving is because I don't know, I try to diversify the types of content I do. They're not just mead recipes. They're fun experiments where I compare, different brewing concepts and practices, like in a scientific way to see which method is better. More of the fun stuff with fermenting sodas and candy, and even getting into beer and potentially cocktails and liquor and distilling, like you said. I think there's always going to be room to produce more content
and not get stale or burned out on the same shit. Like you have a lot more variance, without a question.
I don't want to speak for myself 5 years from now, but at least where my head's at right now, there's no sense of slowing down in that regard.
Right. Okay. I love to hear it, man.
I mean, yeah.
Charlie, you're definitely an inspiration, man. You're an inspiration to me for damn sure.
I think with beer too, there's plenty of stuff to do, and there's always things to
Yeah,
experiment.
there is. Yeah.
There's so much stuff that hasn't been tried. There's new yeast coming out. There's new hops always coming out. So I mean, I understand you're burnt out on it, and I get that. But like, there's still a lot of like cold IPA came out. Not everybody loves it. I think it's fantastic. Like, there's a lot of cool things still coming out in the brewing world.
I agree, and it doesn't have to be.
It's, it's in a negative slope. Like I've seen it happen many times over the years. But it is down. But I don't think that's. I don't think. I still think there's a lot that can be done with it for sure.
And I agree with you 100%, Emmett. And it doesn't have to be beer recipe stuff. Like if we go and find like a fucking crazy cool beer city in Croatia or like anywhere, and it's just like, whoa, this place is.
And people are going to always drink alcohol, right?
Yeah, but I have a lot of friends now that love going to the German towns in America. Their favorite thing to do is go to these German towns that are in these pretty much small little pockets outside big cities of LA and the South and this and that. It's like, if I saw a video about beer that had nothing to do with making beer and it was just showing off a cool spot and it was close to my house, that would inspire me to get my ass over there. So it doesn't just have to be, and that's beer related without, Well,
it's like the British folks, the craft beer channel. I mean, they do a lot of
Jimmy and Johnny.
They do a lot of both home brewing and commercial stuff. So they do a nice blend of it, which works really well. So,
but as we all know, the traveling stuff is a little. It's a little more
I was
expensive.
just kind of commenting. You said that it's kind of played out.
No,
I don't think 100% played out.
Like to bounce off of Emmett's point too, and while we're on the topic of content, as long as there's still a means of posting content like social media, there's never going to be a shortage of trends and things that are popular at the time, and you can always sort of tailor whatever your niche is to different trends that are happening. That there's never, that's always going to be a thing.
Right.
So
yeah.
One thing that's I feel like important as a creator, to be a good creator, you have to also consume content to know what's doing well, what's trendy. You have to have a kind of vibe for that sort of thing.
No, I hear that. No, and I do apologize for the first half of this stream because I was thinking about No, I'm serious. I know I was legitimately thinking about making a video.
I've been waiting for that.
No, but also like our channel should be like promoting this stuff. We can't just be like, this guy got an inheritance. He's a fucking idiot. Like that's thousands of people, That's thousands of fucking guys that open up their own gym or they open up their own smoothie places or open up their own, fucking whatevers, man.
You need to make a long form apology video to the brewing.
To everybody that left the chat.
It's going to get
20 minutes of your diatribe.
It's finally going to go viral. No, man. It's just a lot different, just. The way we do it and the way you do it is just completely different. It's completely different, and it's rad to see it from the outside looking in, or now the inside looking out. But Kyle, sorry,
I was just going to say real quick. I know you mentioned
what's up, movie.
You said I inspire you, but I mean you guys inspire me more than anything. And I actually have a video, CH, that you're particularly going to like. It's a little bit more DIY vibes.
Okay.
I could use DIY City's help, honestly, but
all right, brother.
I made
I'm down to get electrocuted.
So
as long as it's not 240. I heard Kyle's story about that in Knoxville.
I mean, so for like the last year, I've just been using the same old like white desk. Like it's literally the desk that I do all my work on.
Jonathan.
I use that desk to film on. Like that's my brew station. And so I got a bunch of 2x4s and I ordered like a nice big white countertop, and I'm making this like big, I made this big 2x4 frame that I can put the counter on. It's on wheels. It's this nice like brew station, and I eventually want to deck it out, put like shelves and storage underneath, have like lights and charger plugins and all this cool stuff. But I've been filming it all too, so I'll make some videos when it's done. But yeah, I feel like that's right up your alley.
I love it. I love it, man. And Yeah, I mean, you got my number. Hit me up whenever you want, man. I'm there for you, Braj.
And I am excited that Charlie's going to make some long form content because I do not watch shorts.
I love that
Yeah.
about Emmett. Emmett is like the most. Emmett came over. I think this was the day that Kyle took an off, and I remember you guys were like, "Yeah, CH, you ain't even fucking. You're not gonna wake up Charlie at 5 a.m. Charlie's got like a 5 o'clock flight. Charlie, I got you up at 5 a.m, man. We
You
were
did,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Kyle and Emmett have no faith. But we got up. But I remember, at one point, I remember watching videos with Emmett when Emmett was just watching, like, not the most energetic YouTube channels, but he was dialed into some of the older stuff. You know, maybe these, I don't even know what channel it was, but it was guys just sitting there talking about beer, and Emmett was dialed in. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I can't do this anymore. And Emmett was having a blast. Do you remember what channel that was?
The Craft Beer Channel, probably.
No, it was the old guys.
When Emmett says he doesn't watch shorts, he means he doesn't watch anything under about 45 minutes.
Yeah. I like a good hour movie in the like background while I'm like working on the car, like or whatever I'll put on.
Seriously?
Like, yeah, dude. Like there's a couple content creators that make that have like hour-and-a-half videos that I'll just pop on in the background while I'm in the garage.
Who was the guys you were telling me about that did the not a collab with Brew Cabin, but it was the old guys in the kitchen? Basic Brewing?
Basic Brewing Radio, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's cool as hell.
I used to listen to their podcast 20 years ago because they were one of the probably one of the first. I mean, there might have been others, but I mean they've been making that podcast. That was like the first podcast I probably ever heard of, like before I even knew what a podcast was.
Was this before YouTube?
No, but it might have been. I don't know.
How old's YouTube? 2010?
Yeah, it might predate YouTube.
You
That's
guys,
wild.
as long form creators and like as consumers of long form content, do you know? I mean, I ask this as somebody that, like I said, I want to start making more long form videos, and I could just probably Google this or watch a video, but I figured I'd ask: is there like a sweet spot for long form, like the length of videos? That's best. Like, is there such thing as a video that's too long or too short, or like what's kind of the sweet spot for length that you want to hit?
Kyle says that his 40-minute videos are tougher, and I want to know Kyle's take on this. It's easier to make a 40-minute video than an 8-minute video. True or false?
Easier to make a 40-minute video than it is like a 8 to 10-minute video.
Because you're just sitting there talking?
The way we shoot, because we shoot so much stuff, and then it just becomes an exercise in trimming stuff out and like deciding what stays, and then when you start cutting stuff out, then you kind of get like thoughts that kind of get cut off because you've trimmed some stuff out, so you have to like add stuff back in to make it all make sense. And if you just leave it all and just like kind of trimming the silence out of it, actually ends up being a lot easier.
And you're leaving it up to the thumbnail.
I was asking what the best length for a YouTube video is, if there even is one.
Well, we were joking about CH's video being 8 minutes and 1 second. If you're trying to get like a mid-roll ad in there, 8 minutes is like the minimum you want to do. But I don't know, man. I think it sounds like longer videos are doing better these days.
Big shout out to Party Time, Big James up there in Nova Scotia. You know, we've got 4 people on right now. Typically, we're not, we're engaging more with the audience. But I see you guys in here, man. I see Bruce. I see that too. Climber Supply just gifted the Hoppy Hour 20 memberships. I think that was Emmett. I think he's got Kyle's credit card over there in the garage. But much love for either of you guys, man. Thank you so much. 2 questions for Kyle. Can we do one more beer? Can I do one more beer? You guys got 15 minutes for a. Yeah. Okay, but I've got 2 questions for you guys. One of them's about. Well, here, let me just get a beer really quick. BRB.
So do we need to go visit him and make sure he's going to be okay?
The last time we were on a live stream, I did like an Instacart order to CH in the middle of the stream, and I picked up the most random selection of stuff. I totally forgot I should have done it again.
That is such a good idea.
Had him like I literally like had him go to like Safeway and get like Vaseline, a banana, like rubber gloves, zip ties, a bunch of random stuff. That's for his birthday.
So he's got.
I got a slice of cake.
How long are we on the stream? How much time we have?
I don't know, man. CH will say one more beer about 5 more times, so I'm guessing like 3
just
more
saying one more
hours.
beer. We have like at least half hour.
I'm
So
guessing.
I just learned that they play ads in the live stream.
Oh, really?
That's the rumor in Chat Nation.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do.
I guess I pay for the what is it, the Prime or Premium or whatever.
Hey, should we send CH some goodies? Oh,
Yeah, definitely. It probably won't get there in time. You kind of have to do it before a certain time of night too.
yeah.
Appreciate that, Kyle. I really do, man. Thank you. All right. 2
Hey,
questions.
thanks for having us on, dude. Thanks
this-
for hosting us in Knoxville. It was a really fun time. It was
You
awesome.
guys are always welcome back. Okay, we'll do that question first. So if we don't meet up in Croatia, what's the next hangout? And let's do a real video. Let's do, not a real video, but like, let's get 4 or 5 videos out of it. Grain to glass, travel vlog, some shorts. Chattanooga, Chicago.
Sorry, dude. I just saw your text about no.
Yeah, did you guys see that?
What?
Yeah, he got bit by a dog. Emmett, did you? Well, Emmett's on his phone.
No, what happened?
I want to give a shout out to my buddy Noam. He was delivering a package, and old Yeller struck again. You guys can.
Oh, you put on
shit.
show that.
That's my cue.
Dude, that's Harley, dude.
He's good though. It's all stitched up. It's pretty punk rock. He's good though.
Dude, hopefully he gets a nice little paycheck out of that.
Hopefully he sues the shit out of Fido's owners. You know, it's like, yeah, for sure, 100%. He's good though. He might have a broken hand.
He's good. He had to have got some decent pain meds out of that.
Dude, that looks gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah. Noam's a trooper, man. Shout out to Noam. I don't think he's in here tonight, but yeah, I've been talking. Well, I was texting with him earlier. He's like, it sucks typing and texting with one hand. I'm like, dude, just live your life, man. But yeah, if we don't piece together Croatia, what city are you guys thinking? Maybe like, I don't know, mid-November.
This is a dumb question. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. CH, you ever go like snowboarding or skiing or anything like that? You ever get into that? Yeah?
Yeah, I used to rip. Why would that be a dumb question?
Well, I mean, you're a San Diego native, right?
Big Bear Mammoth, man.
Like, what do you like? Sandboarding?
Barrage.
How far are those? Because I figured those would be pretty far from you.
2 hours. My family owned a cabin in Big Bear, which is right next to Lake Arrowhead.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so Emmett and I are gonna be out in Crested Butte in like February, March.
I don't even know where that is.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Rossman's gonna meet us out there.
Okay. Love to see the Roscoe.
Yeah.
We're gonna make Charlie meet up.
Charlie said he did the short skis back in the day. You know, the little short skis.
Dude, sick.
I used to shred some
Charlie
gnar.
said he did a lot of sledding up in
you sled?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg. We got some slopes out here. No, we had a
What do you
family
got out
cabin
there?
growing up, and all my friends would always go to the cabin and drive my dad crazy. We'd always snowboard. But I'm sure you guys get way better stuff out, in Colorado or Boulder and Whistler. We always remember hearing like Whistler was like a gnarly thing. I don't know what the fuck Whistler is.
Blackcomb's my favorite place to say.
That's a little bit further down the line. That's not a beer thing, but I'll put that on the radar. But Kyle, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Same one I asked Charlie. Not if you could do it all over again. would you, if it was possible to do like more content creating full time as opposed to selling a product, what would be maybe the pros and cons, money versus stress? You know, like if you were getting X amount of, you know, Mr. Beast views, would you just pull the plug on, you know, having the warehouse and the stress of dealing with people and customers and shit coming, you know, like.
So
We're
the
not
question
live
is
on the
if-
internet right now. You're totally fine, dude. I'm just kidding.
So the question is, would I rather just get, have like a Mr. Beast style channel where I,
Not like that. I'm just saying if you could do YouTube full time and have to deal with customers on that, or not customers, but employees of like, hey, I'm pretty much going to be a full-time director at this point, and we're just going to go off ad revenue versus like, hey, we actually have a product or a service type thing. Like a full-time
here's the-
director.
yeah, I mean, that's what I enjoy doing. And I don't really do a whole lot of like the logistical stuff for like the business. Like that's what Emmett does. So
Okay.
So
Yeah,
he's
and
pretty
that's-
much already doing that.
yeah, that's pretty much what, that's pretty much how it already works. man.
And if I had to do that, I
Oh.
would murder myself. So it works out real well.
It does help that we contribute like minorly to each other's
Yeah,
things.
100%.
Like we have, we can bounce questions off. It's always good to have someone to bounce questions
Have a
off.
counsel, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's really more so important, I think, with like the logistical side of running a business. I mean, it's not easy, dude.
No.
If
I
if
couldn't
you
do
had
it.
the choice, yeah, it would be better to just make a crap load of money from ad revenue and not have a business, because manufacturing stuff and then dealing with like all of the logistics is associated with that, plus the liability. It's a lot of, and then just like managing the inventory, and like you're just managing. It's not like you're making videos and then you're getting paid, and I guess it would be a little similar because you're having to pay money for the videos, but like with the products, like you have to pay, you have to buy the product before you can, or like you have to buy the materials for a product before you can sell it. So it's like this kind of cash management game.
And now
as
you
well.
have to deal with customers, and
Customers as well, yeah,
which are very difficult. Employees and customers are.
Luckily, our customers are mostly so like.
Emmett, you get a lot of shout outs on this stuff for having like the best customer service. Like there'll always be somebody in the chat being like, Emmett got back to me, answered my phone call, fix it like this and that, yada, yada. Charlie, you got that down too, right? Like you want to hear all the feedback and you want to know firsthand about like.
Yep. Yeah, I do all the customer service myself.
It goes a
and
long way, man. It goes a long way.
I don't mind doing that.
You have a phone number, Charlie, that people can call?
Just get the cell phone, put it out live.
Do people call you, and are they like, dude, are you the man? Are you the Mountain Dew guy?
No, to be honest,
No?
I've only
Did you
had,
put
like,
on an
3
accent?
phone calls.
What's that?
I've only had like 3 phone calls, but I get a ton of emails like that.
What? You only have 3 phone calls? Wait, where is your phone number on your website?
It's just in the contact section.
How fun.
Dude, I can't. You're blowing my mind right now. How you only had 3 phone calls?
I mean, it's not like my personal phone number. It's a business phone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you just unplug it, except for
Dude,
1
don't
hour
say
a
this.
day.
You're gonna give people ideas.
I'm not seeing your phone number in like.
Yeah, you're
on
not
the
getting
info
any
page.
calls because your phone number's not on your website.
Oh,
Charlie.
well,
Your phone number
maybe
is
that's
not
why.
on your website, Charlie.
But Kyle, I'm
That's
with
why. I
you.
mean, there's your answer. I don't know how people
Smart.
have been calling me then.
Smart move.
And I'm with you,
Maybe
Kyle.
it's on.
Sorry.
What's that?
I mean, I'm with you on like the content creator thing, because I thought like in a perfect world, like if I could do YouTube full time, there's always going to be problems. There's always going to be something that comes up. But like, if you didn't have to deal, and Charlie, you have 1 employee, and I mean, you've got third party stuff. But if you could just make YouTube videos where you don't have a boss, which means you have to be a great boss, you have to manage yourself. But if you didn't have customers or employees and you could kind of control your own income, that's what kind of sold me on the idea of YouTube. That sounds like a brilliant, fucking incredible thing, and like I said, you know, owning a brewery would be cool, but like I think even if I owned a brewery nowadays, I think I could only be around alcohol culture maybe 3 days a week, because like you can't do it 7 days. You can't deal with like drunk customers bitching about, you know, like all these, you know, holding up the line because they want to try 10 different things and then order a flight. It's like, dude, I wanted to do YouTube to not ever have this fucking engagement with this and that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It seems kind of nice, but Kyle, you have you have a
content
whole,
would be the way to go, right? So we've only we don't make a lot of money on the videos we make, right? We make very little money on the videos. We spend more money to make the videos than we make.
There's no doubt about that. If you're
but
if you're
the video, like one of the videos that we've made, like our best performing video ever was the one where we went to New Zealand, hung out with Jesse, and fermented and distilled Mountain Dew. And that was so much fun, man. We had such a good time doing that. And if I could do that and just get paid to do that, that would be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That's one of my favorite things about making content is like just being able to collaborate with other people too and bounce new ideas off and like have fun brew days like we did too. Like it's that part of it is a blast for me.
You guys definitely both have freedom. You guys definitely both have, like we talked about this at dinner, you know, like Kyle owns the company. Most guys have a 9 to 5. They get 1 week a year. They got to go on vacation with their family. You guys can, you know, do a little bit more than that. Especially Charlie. Which is awesome.
I feel like I'm
not trying to say
let's
wrong.
be honest here. I'm just gonna say I am the laziest person in the group here, by far.
Yeah, but I also think you're the second smartest. Besides
Who's
Emmett
the smartest?
and me. No,
I can't even
We're going Emmett,
it's
me, and then Charlie, and then you.
Yeah, no, but Kyle,
So.
You got that wrong.
to anybody in the chat who heard what Kyle said earlier, if you have a beer
I'm
channel
the dumbest.
and you're spending money on labor for someone to make the videos, you're not making money. You're definitely losing money. No, there's no beer channel out there that's making $10,000 a month in ad revenue. There's not. I don't even think maybe half that.
Maybe
Not,
if they
not,
have
not in the brewing
no,
industry, that's
probably
for
not.
sure.
Not in
Maybe they-
beer. I don't know. You know. I know there's a lot of whiskey channels out there. I don't even know anything about wine. Does anybody know anything about the wine channels on YouTube? I'm sure there's probably some monsters.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, there's like, it's the exact same type of thing. There's some accounts that are like, I can't even remember the name of what are the people that taste wine and
Moliere.
you know, like what? Yeah. There's some of those.
Yeah, the review stuff, it flares out pretty. You know, at the end of the day, you can kind of say anything. You can really kind of say
Also,
anything.
like similar to what we do too. If you're into like tasting wine, you're probably also doing mead and beer, and like you're kind of when you brew, you kind of do it all to some extent.
Do you guys know of any brand, any wine or any, Sierra Nevada that actually has like a pretty solid YouTube channel? Because I feel like when a brand gets big, wine, whiskey, this and that, they put out YouTube content and they just don't have it. They just.
I mean, Treehouse would be Treehouse and Sam. From
They probably have the
Dogfish
most.
Head.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Dogfish Head though?
What about
What
the
was
one
the
guy?
one-
Who are the guys that
what's the
buy
one
all their
that's in-
followers?
What's the one that was in Europe and then they opened one in Columbus? You can like stay at the hotel.
Yeah, but they didn't Brewdog, but they
Brewdog.
were fine.
Brewdog. Yeah. No, they clearly
Right.
buy all their
But
followers.
You know
that's
what though? You know what? You know who's actually doing this? And you don't even know they're doing it at this point, and they are killing it. Is Whiskey Tribe. Whiskey Tribe is who is doing it because they have you think it's just a YouTube channel. They're just making videos about YouTube, but their Patreon is insane.
Do you
Their
guys do a Patreon? Does anybody in here do a Patreon? Clawhammer?
No, Emmett
Gold
has
Knife?
an OnlyFans account
Same
that
thing.
does pretty well.
What's
Don't
Patreon?
want to like.
You don't know what
get-
Patreon is, Charlie?
No, I've never heard of it.
What? I'm fucking old.
This is the first night I've ever heard that word in my life.
No bullshit.
Charlie, man.
I'm dead ass, yeah.
It's
gonna go.
basically like a membership club for your channel, and they get special perks, and they pay a membership each month.
Gotcha.
Charlie, have you ever heard of Microsoft?
Hey,
Micro what?
PowerPoint.
hey, while we're on the Patreon thing, and we were talking earlier about channels we don't see anymore, has anyone kept in touch with Sarah Flora? Because I think she did have a successful Patreon, and then I think she, again, I at the time, there's start a brewery, but now looking back, it's like, man, I don't know, I just don't know. But has anyone even talked to her recently?
No, it's been a minute since we talked to her. And I think what happened was, dude, I think once she got fucked by
The trademark
Fontaflora,
thing?
yeah,
That was
Yeah, the-
Fontaflora that had the cease and
the
desist?
beer that I was drinking when she got screwed by
Damn.
those guys, which I think that is a raw
Lame.
fucking deal.
It's
If
lame.
that's your last name, you should be able to do whatever you want with it.
I agree with
Like, that
Emmett 100%.
is yours.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, you want me to? I remember
America.
we're friends with her, man, and she kind of
She's been on my podcast like 4 times.
happening. Yeah, and I was like, do you want us to just drop the hammer on those guys in a bunch of videos? I would have been happy to do that. I do like their beer, though. I have to say, I do like some of
The
the
beer is
stuff they
really
make.
good.
Yeah.
She just kind of
But
fell off the map.
I mean, it seems
Yeah.
like a very weak move.
And once that happened, once she got the cease and desist from them, I think she just kind of like that just kind of poured cold water on the
Yeah.
motivation.
Yeah. What about anybody else? Do you guys still? I know you guys aren't reaching out to and probably not a lot of people, but like Short Circuited or Larry or some people in the past. You guys have done some not collabs with, or just kind of some
We
rapport
talked
with.
with Larry, but-
Short Circuited not too long. I mean, I guess it's been a little bit, but I shoot him an email here and there.
Yeah, I talked to him in January. He wasn't doing so hot.
It seemed. I think he was going camping when I talked to him. Seemed good. So just stepping away from brewing, which is understandable.
What about Brian? Just
That's Ryan Shorts. That's who I talked to. Was Short Circuited.
I thought you said Larry. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. I think Kyle. Have you? I don't think I've ever really had any interaction with Larry, honestly.
No, no, we've talked to Brian, but no, not Larry. I did talk to Martin the other few weeks ago. I guess I was driving through Raleigh and was gonna drop it on him, and then he had a work thing that popped up.
What about Craig Tube? You guys ever keep in touch with Craig Tube?
Dude, Craig Tube's the OG, dude.
Yeah, he is. The
Is
founding
that
father.
the video we watched that was doing like the video game skits?
No.
No,
Maybe, but probably not. He does
no, that's Cinemassacre.
Yeah, that's Cinemassacre.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my favorite.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Wait,
Craig,
which one is Craig Tube?
He does extract beer kits in his basement in Canada.
he's the man. You don't know if he's like blind or albino. He just fucking rocks it, dude.
Gotcha.
He just goes around in his little basement and just slays it with Cooper's product.
He's
He
been
rips.
doing. I mean, he's been making content for a long time.
And he's been getting fucked with. I remember years ago, YouTube took away his monetization and this and that. He's the man, though.
I don't know much about him except he's been making content a long, long time.
Yeah, he'll just film himself walking around like 4 a.m. It's pretty cool. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I don't know. But we're kind of coming down to the wire though. Anything you guys want to promote or anything kind of aside from DIY City? Subscribe to that, smash that like button, please.
Yeah, I've been watching this new channel where this dude just gives really shitty advice on like how to rewire old houses. And
I thought he was gonna go back to Mountain Dew stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna light my shit on fire. But nah, man, I'm stoked. Charlie, anything we got on the back burner? Throw some destinations out there. Destinations unknown.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Dude, that's the thing. We could always just
Apple
pick a
Valley.
place with some cool breweries or good meaderies or wineries and just like crash at an Airbnb.
Let's go to
It
a
doesn't have
German
to be,
town.
like,
What's the best German town in America?
there's a lot of them in Wisconsin. There's literally a Germantown in Wisconsin.
There
Like
we
that's the
go.
name of it.
Let's fucking go.
CH, where's the second place you're going in Croatia?
Hvar, Hvar. I think it's a 1 hour ferry ride. You know, shoot you
Oh,
guys.
so it's like you go into Split and then it's further out.
Yeah, but it's all like a $25 round trip ferry. It's that short. I'll send it to you guys in the chat right now.
Yeah.
But it's all, I mean, I was Johnny Diehard, Game of Thrones, and I'm so glad.
Is that where they filmed it?
All over Croatia. But I'm so glad I got this trip already paid off and all this stuff. And
You know, it would be fun
life's
too.
been good. I would love to see you guys out there. You still got to.
It would be fun to do some sort of like a camping trip where we go forage for like wild fruits or berries and like brew with those.
Can we kill some boar with our bare hands?
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna get killed.
Have you guys ever done like smoked meat or like fermented meat? I know that's a thing too.
No, but when
Fermented meat, like you're talking like dry aged beef or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you like drink it?
No, you don't drink it, but I'd have to look into it. I know there's fermentation is somehow involved. I have no idea how, but I know it's a thing.
Or are you just talking about
maybe.
like
Are you thinking fat washing? This is a
I-
really weird thing, but
I have no idea what fat washing is either.
Google it.
it sounds like something you shouldn't
It's
Google.
weird. Yeah. Google fat. Yeah, Google. It's like I haven't done it, but it's like a weird thing where you like steep like bacon and alcohol, and then you end up.
Oh, I know people have done that with whiskey.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, or like it's like the butter whiskey. Have you heard of that? I
Yeah.
was actually gonna make a video trying that out.
peanut butter and jelly whiskey is getting popular in Tennessee. Actually, it's just peanut butter whiskey. Do you guys have that out where you guys are at?
Yeah, for sure.
Peanut butter whiskey?
Mhm.
Dude, sugar sells,
Peanut butter
man.
whiskey.
Sugar
they're,
sells.
So in Wisconsin,
Hold on, someone's here.
Charlie, did you do a?
Is he gonna fight somebody?
Please tell me that you did.
Did you send
did
someone
an
the other day?
Instacart? What's it weird
you?
shit?
You did, yeah.
Yes.
That's
Don't
so
tell
good,
him.
dude.
Don't tell him that you did. Just be like, "CH, what'd you just get?" What'd you just get? When he comes back, just play straight.
Dude, that's so good. Dude,
Oh, man.
Charlie, text me the receipt. I want to see what you sent him.
Yeah, he probably won't be able to show it all on camera.
Charlie, did your
What up?
dad just send me something? Did he just deliver me something? Charles Biolo? He need
No.
the lady at the door needs to see an ID. I swear to God. I swear to God. There's two ladies at my door right now.
What?
I swear to God.
Do they look like strippers? Is my
No.
question.
And
Yeah,
I
dude.
hold on.
Just show him your ID.
Oh no. He's gonna send him away. We should text him now. Tell him tell him that they need to come to the bedroom so you can hold your ID up to the screen.
What? Why did he mention
man.
my dad? Did you not know my name's Charlie?
Charles Senior.
Charles? Yeah. I just texted the GoPuff driver that Casey's ID works.
Nice.
Did he get the goods?
I think he's working on it.
What'd you send? Anything good?
Yeah,
Just a couple of strippers. It sounds like.
it's a good mix.
So there's
That
two
might
ladies at the door.
that might turn his night around.
He's just gonna bring him in the back room and be like, "Crap Brewery's dead. Crap Brewery's been dead for 5 years now."
My girlfriend looked at me and she's like, "Is he okay?"
The funny thing is, like, craft beer is dead unless you're one of the craft breweries just murdering it right now.
Yeah, that's true. And I love that we're all brewing channels too.
I gotta get a beer for this.
Oh, that's so good. Dude,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab another beer too, real quick.
somehow my phone's using more battery than it's charging. It's the worst. Well, hey, chat. How we doing?
Oh man,
Oh, that's so good. What are you drinking?
me or chat?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying these burial beers, man. I'm liking this.
The Mosaic?
Yeah, the Mosaic Cryo.
Nice.
I'm thinking like Simcoe is still gonna be probably like my favorite old school hop.
And I feel like Mosaic shows itself differently, like a lot in different, like even in different like harvests. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it can go many different ways. It's still one of my favorite hops, but it can go all over the place. I feel like.
Where's
Yeah.
CH at?
Yeah.
Dude, hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he doesn't like disappear forever. And this is like the tape they have to show in court.
CH. Go Puff. 10
Go
Puff?
Huh?
CH, what were you doing?
What's going on? What was I doing?
Where were you?
We were just talking about how craft brewing is dying.
Yeah, to my stranger that didn't speak English. Charlie, what's going on with this, man?
I have no idea.
Is that you, Kyle? Did you send this? Did you send
No.
this?
No, dude.
How'd you know this is my size? Yes. This is scented. I prefer the non-scented. But
Is this like a
who
Dude, this is
said
like
this?
normal Wednesday thing for you? I haven't watched a stream in a while. But
I
it's
got a Monster
weird.
Energy drink right there. They needed to see my ID. When someone knocks on the door, what is this, a Dave Chappelle skit? Is Charlie Murphy here? What's going on with this?
That's so good.
Holy hell. Thank you, man. Christmas came early.
Did you
Or
accidentally,
Hanukkah.
did you accidentally reorder something?
I thought it was Charlie's dad sending me like a gift card or something. I don't know. Thank you.
Man.
Big shout out. Is that from BC? Is that from Doing the Most? He's finally paying his respects. It's about goddamn time. I thought we talked about this. Yeah, stream is about to get hot. We just missed a lot. Yeah. I literally was going to go grab a kitchen knife. When somebody knocks on my door at 10:56,
Two women.
it's not good.
Christmas came early.
Yeah. And I see
You were
this.
ask-
Well,
You're
it's a
asking where all
little.
the girls were at breweries. They're showing up at your doorstep.
It's a little. It's a little. I know. I told her not to start a brewery. But it was this little tweaker girl out there, and her hands were shaking. And I look out there, and they need to leave the lights on in their car because her boyfriend's behind there, just kind of like posting up on the, leaning against the trunk, holding a cigarette. And I was like, and I was like, no, there's no Charles that lives here. And she's like, well, it's 16 Brew McCroskey. And I was like, Charles. She's like, Charles Biola. And I was like, that's Charlie's name. Like something. Yeah. The joke is on me.
That's not Charlie's name. That's not Charlie's last name. I
Biola.
feel like it's
Viola.
No, dude. No, I feel like it's Casey, and then they misspelled your last name.
I think, in my mind, when it finally kind of made sense, I thought that because Charlie, your dad, he was a big fan of talking about the whole like troll stuff and this.
Oh,
and
my
that.
dad, dude, my dad loves you, but not that much.
Fair enough. Good. Yeah. Good.
Casey.
Newports and Jergens. Let's go, baby.
I doubt that was the boyfriend in the car. They probably just sent 2 employees.
I couldn't tell you, man. Casey's gas
They-
stations are crazy.
They saw that
out
order
here.
and they said, "This, we need backup on this one."
You need the fucking SWAT team, dude. You need the whole doing the most Discord on this one.
They just put you on a list.
Dude, that was quick, dude. That was quick.
That was quick.
Could you imagine being
That
the
was
person that had to
quick?
pack that order?
How
You
quick is it
walked
to get
away.
a Playboy butt plug?
Yeah.
Are these at
How'd you do that? Where'd that come from?
Wawa's and 7-Elevens? I don't know, man. It's my lucky day. Christmas only hits once, man. Sometimes twice.
Oh man.
TUX small. I'll work on that.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
What
dude,
store did you get that from, Casey?
I
Oh my gosh.
Go Puff. Is that like a local place you buy stuff from?
Oh, GoPuff is like
your
like
guess
DoorDash.
is as good as
Sorry.
mine, man. I got nothing. I literally have nothing. My hands have been here the whole time. I think. That was a good one, Kyle. That was a good one,
I
Kevin.
gotta give Kyle the
wasn't
credit
me.
for that idea, though.
Is that an upside down Nike sign? Is that what they're
Hey.
doing these days?
I don't know about that.
That's wild.
Are those 100s, CH?
Sure.
Look.
Are they all menthol?
Wait,
This is like some Cruella de Vil cigarette. It's like
Can you
some,
go through everything you got again and think about the person who had to pack that order and what their thoughts were?
That's why they sent 2 people to drop it off.
No, without question. There's probably a sniper in the tree across the way. They probably had more than a couple.
Did you let him know about the craft beer scene?
What? Yeah.
Did you let him know about the craft beer scene?
Yeah, he needs a butt plug, and he's kind of bummed out that West Coast IPAs aren't doing so hot. Might need 2 snipers in the tower. It's not. He doesn't like Happy Dad. He's talking a lot of shit about seltzers. That's wild, man. You guys are awesome.
Oh man.
Is it Bluetooth? I don't know. We're coming up on 2:23. Kyle, how you doing over there?
I'm doing. I actually just cracked a beer.
You cracked a beer?
Just for you to come back.
Okay, all right, here we go. I'm back from the dead. What were you guys talking about?
You.
You.
Good, bad,
Disorder.
ugly, fugly,
Good things. Good things.
happy things. We're talking about more places to go. It's a
Yeah, I
Bluetooth.
mean, you know what? I looked at it. I looked at some flights, man.
to
It's not
Croatia,
cheap, but it's not super expensive.
$900.
No, it's more than that. Is that what you paid?
With insurance, with like $60 insurance. But I bought it a month ago, so it was like $800.
Oh dang,
Yeah.
it's like $1,000 more than that almost.
Really?
Yeah, it's like $1,700.
Oh damn.
Oh, that's
That's a deal breaker. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if
That's
you're
like a
making,
lot.
Yeah, you
Mountain
gotta-
Dew videos on the side
Go to-
right there. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's meet up in Dublin.
Never been to Ireland. Never been to Ireland.
never-
Yeah.
We've been talking about that for a long time. Going to Ireland and drinking some whiskey, and then also
Whoa.
like Oktoberfest is kind of a Have you ever been to anybody ever been to Oktoberfest?
Like
Oh.
Berlin or the other
Germany?
one? No, what's the
Munich?
other one? Munich, yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
How was it?
You were actually at Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
Brusha was there too. Yeah,
How'd
so it was
that go?
wild.
About as well as you would expect, Kyle. Like I remember there's
Not
pictures
well.
of me with like these dudes that were like 6'6" and ripped, and they were just like carrying me. Like I don't know who they were. They were nice guys.
Just looking at the sky when they're throwing us on our back.
Yeah,
I know
that was
that
also
feeling.
like 1999 or
Oktoberfest
2000.
that would be insane.
What? Ireland or Oktoberfest?
Both.
Yeah.
We
You can get real-
definitely have, we have to
You
do
can get real
something.
cheap.
I think we should try to do something. If not, I probably if flights are that expensive to Croatia, I probably won't make it. But I'd love to get together outside of that if possible.
Dude, my vote's still Chicago, even if you don't have a space.
I mean, if you guys are cool with like getting an Airbnb or a hotel or something, we can.
We'll just
Yeah,
get
No,
an
we'll get a
Airbnb.
real Airbnb. No, like a real world one
Well-
with a couple. You know, like everyone's gonna have a bed. I don't mind sharing a bathroom, but we all have to have our own bedrooms.
I mean,
You know what would be fun to
Asheville
do, too?
Split, Croatia.
You can like.
I don't believe you about the 1700 thing.
It would be fun to do a live podcast in person together.
Yeah, we thought about doing that here, but there was just no way. Like, I didn't even have the beer recipe. I wasn't even prepared for that. Kyle, what would be better, the last week of September or the first week of October?
Probably the last week of September. I'm traveling somewhere in October.
Like a Tuesday to Tuesday?
Yeah, you were doing like the 23rd. Is that when you were leaving? The 24th?
Yeah, I think the 24th is a Tuesday, and we're actually paying for our first Airbnb on a Wednesday because you're going ahead in time, right? When
Right.
you go
Yeah.
left, so let's go.
like 5 hours probably or something.
12, yeah. No? $1,200?
Yeah, but that's
That's too long. That's 18 hours. You want like the 11-hour one. Yeah, I don't know. Usually I thought like Tuesday to Tuesday was the cheapest.
This is riveting live stream content for the viewers.
You know where we need to go? Garrett Party, going to Frankenmoose Oktoberfest again. Where's that?
Where I have a better question. Where is a spot that we absolutely should not go?
Gary, Indiana. I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah,
Apple Valley, California.
anywhere in Indiana.
We did Tampa Bay Beer Week. We did that last March with Gnome, Chris Radiation, and Nick. It was cool. I mean, Florida's just so hot. It's just it's so much of a different hot than Eastern Tennessee or I'd imagine the Midwest. Florida's fucking gnarly, and I'm not bashing anybody from Florida in here. Your weather is just fucking crazy. And by crazy, I mean it's not good at all.
Y'all should come out to Colorado, man. You should come out to Crescent Butte in March.
Dude, that would be awesome.
I want to do a trip in Asheville, but I'm not going to tell Kyle. I'm just going to show up and be like, hey, I'm at this bar. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go. Like I don't want to be like, hey, like, let me do the Airbnb or this and that. You know, Kyle's already put me up a couple of times. I'm like, hey, like, I'm just out here. Like, I had a couple of days off. I hit a hike in the morning. Meet me over here, yada, yada. And just be like, what? These guys are in town? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'll get my own place in Asheville, and we could meet up.
We'll do that, Charlie. Let's go to Asheville like mid-November.
Yeah, you and I will plan it out, and then we'll tell them when we're there.
Yeah, let's tell them. Let's not let them know
Let's
until
do it
we're
the
in
busiest time.
Asheville.
Let's do it the busiest time of year. That'd be great.
Deal.
Yeah, that's the
Let's do Black Friday
that's
weekend.
the other thing, man. Let's do it
my
on
dad's
Black
texting
Friday
me.
weekend.
Oh shit.
But
My dad
yeah,
went.
that'd be sick though. But do give me a heads up so I could check our calendars, but I won't tell Kyle.
Yeah.
That'd be rad. You got it. The Padres coming back? Damn.
CH, you do need to come over to Asheville at some point to get your Padres jacket.
Dude, I
or
need that.
just
That's an
mail it to
official
you.
one, Brosh. That's an official
And
one.
maybe you could bring a couple of them rice loggers up here.
Oh, I'll give you the whole damn thing. I'll give you the whole kit and
CH,
caboodle.
the first beer you were drinking tonight, was that the rice lager?
Yeah, and I'm gonna finish with that if you guys want to stick around, even though I'm getting a little dwunky.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Hey, I have a question for you guys. I want
What's
to
up?
do a huge giveaway at the end of my long form video. And I want you guys, and then also people in the chat. Like, what are some good ideas for like things to give away?
A brand new car.
Grid. Let's keep more ideas like that.
They order a pizza and you tip a house, pretty much. Is the gold standard.
What might be cool is like if there's like a meadery you like, maybe buy some mead. But I don't know if you can ship mead to people.
No, you need a lot of different licenses.
Maybe a gift certificate. I don't know.
What have you guys done giveaways before? Do you just like give away your fermenter systems?
Equipment, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could do that too. I could do like a
totally.
mega kit giveaway with like a brewing kit, bottling kit.
Makes the most sense.
I've got some experience with this. I got 5,000 followers in a retro video game thing. And I'll tell you this much. Your giveaway is only as good as the thing that you give away. And I'm not going to rip on the Craft Beer Channel guys, which means I'm totally going to rip on them right now. But when they had 100,000 subscribers, and Charlie, I told you about this, they were giving away like stickers and audiobooks and all this shit that like nobody would want. Do 3 tiers. Like have like a pill or a JBL Bluetooth speaker be number 1 or whatever, and then kind of have it like trickle down from there. Like it's always, you're going to get more people if you have like 3 or 5 winners. Because if you have one winner, everyone's like, oh, I'm never going to win. But if you have 3 or 5, people are going to be like, maybe there's a shot, you know?
True.
And that can get...
I
feel like
you're too random though. Should it be more like relevant to what I do?
Yeah, I would totally like when we've done it. We will do like a 5-gallon still kit or a fermenter, but we'll have like CH said, we typically have maybe a couple winners, like a big winner, and then some smaller stuff like that are. Yeah, like so your meat kits would be sweet, or like you could give out maybe if they do one big one
that will be launching soon, so that could be a good giveaway.
Or like even like consumables like your honey, you could do, you know, because you know honey ain't cheap, and that'd be a cool gift or a prize, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, like how we did. Remember in the past, we did it quite a bit in the past, but we do like our still kits, I believe, is what we were doing back then. We were doing giveaways.
We do like a 1-gallon still kit or a 5-gallon still kit or something like that. But, I mean, that was like kind of when that was all we had. We should do another giveaway. That's a good idea, Charlie.
Yeah, we used to.
I figured why not. It's
you know, you could do like a giveaway. You could give away one of your, you know,
butt plugs
that you own. You just got a new one. You can just out new and out
give away. I got an upside down Nike's pack of Newports. I got some ass plug. I got some
a Monster Energy.
Yeah, and some baby powder lotion shit. Yeah, we're good, man.
So Charlie, give away.
I'll sign it too.
An hour video chat with CH. What
do you say, Emmett?
An hour video chat with CH is the big prize.
Yes. Yeah, you get a selfie with the signature on it.
But yeah, your equipment I think would make the most sense for sure.
CH actually pays you to talk about how craft brewing is.
And we used Gleam back in the day. I'm not sure if they're still relevant, but it was GLEAM. It was like contest software back in the day.
Oh, that's cool.
But that was probably 10 years ago, so take that with a grain of salt.
Hey, big shout out to USA GI 1969. Gifted the Happy Hour 1 hour. Much love, Braj. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Who needs the silver YouTube button? You've got that bad boy. Deal. Yeah, I've heard that, man. I don't think I'll ever get the... What's up?
Do you sell merch?
Not really. I don't put it out. I think to sell merch, you have to be doing content consistently. And it's just like, hey, I'm here again. The guy that puts out content once every 90 days. Here's a t-shirt.
You have the best merch, though.
Yeah,
you have the best merch.
I would trade you like a hat for hat or a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, sure. And I appreciate Kyle repping the Homebrew for Life video or the Homebrew for Life t-shirt in that video. And
every time I wear that shirt,
dude, I can't. Like, I should
that's
probably.
A sick shirt.
It is a cool shirt, and I should probably log into that. Probably got some sales on that, and by sales I mean there's every time I do it, it's like 4. But still cool that people are supporting. I love that shit. Later, Braj. Have a good night. Later, Blackwood. What do you guys say? Coming up on 2.5 hours. It's almost midnight. What are you guys thinking?
Oh, really?
Thinking Crunchwrap
it?
Supreme.
Are you gonna go to Taco Bell?
No, I'm gonna go to bed, but
No, I
yeah,
know.
what I was thinking.
No.
I was thinking Crunchwrap Supreme.
I know. Only in dreams, though. But no, let's
Charlie
get.
might just he might just send that to you.
Send me what?
He might just Uber Eats a Crunchwrap Supreme to Emmett.
Charlie, that was you? I thought that was KB all the way.
But didn't they ask?
What was me?
Didn't they say Charlie when they came?
Yeah, but you can put aliases on shit. Like that's what celebrities
What are you
do.
talking about, Casey?
Nothing.
I think it was probably one of our
Sniper
people
in the tower. He's talking about West Coast IPAs again and fucking jerk off.
Trying to play off your late night
Magnum condom run. Yeah. Charlie, my money was on KB. I'm not a good gambler, man. That was a good one. But I think Kyle did do
that
one.
was Charlie, man, and that was amazing.
What did you do at my last house? Because I remember we were on a stream, and all of a sudden I got like cat food, Jergens. Cat food and jerk. Yeah. It was cat food, Jergens, rubber
Zip
bands.
ties.
Yeah, zip ties. Yeah. Yeah, that was hilarious. I don't even know how you guys do this shit, but I appreciate it. That was funny as hell. But let's get out of here. Let's wrap this up, man. I want to thank all you guys. Anybody? I mean, we're in a group text with each other, this and that. Anything we need to say?
You probably should thank the audience for listening to us ramble for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's at the end because that's more important than us. But from us, anything promoting anything?
Come buy some stuff from us.
I'm just promoting good vibes.
Emmett's thinking about doing a 10x10 brew house in that garage. Can you pull up the phone? Give us a little MTV Cribs behind it.
It's kind of a mess.
I think it's too late for that.
That'll be on the Patreon. That'll be on
the Patreon. Okay. All right, guys. Well, hey, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. This was fun as hell. We got the video out. I love these guys. These guys are rad. These guys are genuinely my friend in real life, and I want to thank everyone for their time. And we'll do it again. Sorry about not shipping out the Rubber Johnny Lager, but something you guys will get it before the keg is cashed. I'm not gonna drink that whole thing.
Hey, that just means we're gonna have to hop on here again.
We're gonna have to show up to Asheville and scare the shit out of them.
That might
Come on.
That's probably more probable. That's probably more probable. All right, guys. What do you guys say?
Everybody in the chat, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for cooperating with our nonsense. This was an awesome night.